the Valide and Talon winning the first championship point as they found their group. But now it's gonna be a family affair for the next matchup. T1 and 𝘭𝘪𝑥.
The Susanto Showdown is back again. I don't know why people keep going for Derby. I think alliteration is always better, so I think Susanto Showdown is a bit better. But with T1 arriving, looks like we'll get to hear from �モ𝑰𝑟.
Even Jinggg coming back, there's still only one person, you know, and then maybe they can get a lot of big momentum because we know Jinggg is really insane, right? But honestly, our preparation is good for the upcoming stage 1, so I don't have any worry about it.
AirPods.
Anything you want to say to Forsaken?
Yeah, let's just have fun and then do our best, and then my Dongxing is like kind of sick these days, so I hope he recover well and then can do their best for the next match.
Thank you so much for the interview.
Halo Shushu, halo Wahyu, halo Kawat, halo Axel. Kemarin kemana? Halo Smith, halo Titin, halo Kevin, halo Tito, halo Krisna, halo Alvin, halo Anissa. How are you? Good. Kamu apa kabar, Anissa? Halo Kos, halo Optimus, halo Axel, halo
But I don't think
Fenry.
that we'll be seeing any mercy in the game.
Kos,
So that's probably about the only reprieve
𝘰𝘯𝘏𝘵.
that he'll get, and 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦 is
Mana ada
still just going to give
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘦.
everything he's got.
Oh, absolutely. Now, T1 was
Halo
definitely a
Dava,
force to be
halo
reckoned
Pina,
with
ganteng banget,
during
baca hitung
kickoff.
minggu bro.
And I think
Gila
this is
lu.
going to be a crazy matchup. Everyone is always looking forward to the
Ngerasa aneh-aneh dah.
Susanto Showdown. But I think there's a lot more going on here for T1.
I'm just gonna say it. I actually am gonna throw shooting with the Susantos in that one, just because I'm also looking forward to 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮 maybe bringing out the chamber once again. It was pretty sick once we saw it. It felt like it was more hyperactive compared to like Laz's chamber. So definitely something to just kind of watch out for if they do bring that out.
Yeah, he plays it very aggressively. He very much has confidence in his ability to be able to get value with those Tour de Forces. So especially when he has that one available, or even if it's just a standard op in his hands, you can fully expect that 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮 is going to be going on a bit of a mission to try to hunt somebody down. So, I mean, it widely has lent itself to
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮𝘮.
being map dependent, so I'm curious to see what the
Halo
pool ends up
Alvin.
looking for.
Tapi dapat THR berapa dari Pak Ape? Enggak ada kocak.
Land on some of those maps that
Terima
are
kasih
going to
salam
enable him to really
2 hari
push
lalu
chamber.
Pak kemarin
Besides
tidur
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮, I mean,
sekarang bisa.
everybody realistically, as we're talking about on
Oke,
this squad, I
Sol.
mean, �㪖𝑃 has been, really ever since the ABL, really been picking up the IGL
Nggak usah
role.
jelas dah, nonton aja lu sana.
Stepping back, but one of the big ones I think
Cuman main
we'll
dari
talk
Austin
about
banget.
later is 𝘂𝑰𝑟, but for now,
Terus dari tidur
we're
gua.
hear from 𝘭𝘭𝑪 as well.
Traveling guys.
Okay.
Jinggg udah main ya? Udah main belum sih? Oh iya udah main
Thank
weh.
you so much. How much did you miss playing on the stage?
Definitely missed it a lot. It's
Oh.
like 5 months since I played, so very excited.
Alright, we are all
Gila,
excited
asik
to see
sih.
you play
Berarti
once
yang
again.
dikeluarin
Good
siapa?
luck,
Monyet.
and thank you.
5 months
Monyet keluar ya
is a
berarti?
long time in Valorant time. The game's only been out for like, what, 3 years? But he's
It's like dog
back.
years.
Yeah, it's like dog years. Exactly.
Set.
Oh man,
Aman
his
nggak?
name is
Kurang
Jinggg
kencang nggak?
too.
I mean, this would have been the
Anjing is a
Aman.
dog in Bahasa Indonesia. Anyway,
Aduh, kalian sebelah iya di sana
We
di
are.
kiri
I was
deh.
gonna say this would have been the cruelest April Fool's joke that they could have done, is if they were actually lying the entire time. And
Masih
said this a couple
persiapan.
days later,
Oh
but,
belum masuk ya?
it's
Eh,
super
udah, woy.
crazy. I think that this is something
Monyet
that caught
out.
everybody by surprise around the world.
Sian
was that
Cahya,
Jinggg
anjir.
was gonna be stepping back into this roster. Talking
Cahya
about
out,
ad nauseam
mat
other
live-nya,
places.
Lik.
Really unfortunate.
Nggak
but yeah,
jelas.
I mean, overall, when you just
Kenapa sih ini anak?
to bring Jinggg back into the fold, I
Jelas,
don't think
anjir.
you can fault
Halo, Pin.
𝘭𝘭𝑪 at all for making that decision. Just given the highs that they were able to hit last year,
Oh,
being in
idol.
that second
Jinggg
place
comeback.
position, being in that
Iya,
grand
Jir.
final versus
Monyet
𝘭𝘮𝑗,
langsung
taking
dikeluarkan.
the opportunity, they absolutely lunge at it. Now Jinggg is back in, but as
Monyet
we're talking
restream.
about, is that
Wah,
5-month
Monyet restream.
break going to hurt them, or
Enggak,
does he have a
kocak.
bit of an explosive return to the stage?
I mean,
Nggak
he
mungkin
is
lah.
known as one of, if not the best raise
Ini
in the
tadi
world.
lama
I
banget.
think this may still hold
3
true,
game
but I would say
si
𝘭𝘭𝑪
Blitz sama
is now
Talon.
officially the only team
Besok
with
gue cuma bisa sampai jam
0
5
changes to
guys.
the roster since last year.
Yeah.
Ya jam 5 gue cabut
Trying to think of some of
IS
the other
RRQ
ones.
besok.
I'm pretty sure we have had
Cuma bisa nonton 2 game paling. Kalau misalnya 3 game
overarching changes.
gue tinggal
So
besok.
yeah, this does kind of leave them out there by
After
themselves. Makes it a little
117
bit more
days,
unique, I
next
suppose,
to
but,
Forsaken.
I mean, preferred agents, we already know. It's the Rays, it's the Phoenix, pretty much only on
Gila.
Pearl. maybe they'll decide
Jinggg
to
is back.
run it elsewhere. I mean, we've been seeing it sometimes on Sunset, so I mean, they could try to do that, but
Kalik nggak rindu
that's also
kasar.
a big question.
Rindu
If
Raden.
Sunset comes in, do they still
soalnya.
stick to the same duelistless comp?
Kencang ya guys?
You
Atau
can't
kurang
actually
kencang?
do that anymore. So I think that you would have
Atau
to
aman?
play a duelist there. So maybe
Si aku mau vote bersama Marisa, doain lancar. Marisa saha?
Fracture. So maybe this could be
Dua orang yang bisa bikin Alex salting. Ya weh.
But we're looking at the Susanto
Helen.
Derby, Susanto
Sama itu.
showdown. We're gonna change
Apin.
this, but I like this, bro. Some things are just not
Jinggg.
meant to be.
Mantap.
Even if we're
Laki
a
ya.
little under the weather right now, this is always a highly
Halo,
anticipated
Zek.
matchup. I mean, their whole
Maunya
family.
pindah profesi jadi streamer.
Plus their younger brother, I think he's
Wah,
10 or
rame kok kalau
11,
dia
also a
stream.
superstar in this game. But here are some highlights
Marisa itu temennya Marjan.
between these two teams.
I mean, it was incredible to watch when they squared off before. I mean, just going into overtime and
Ini udah aman belum?
everything, that series
Suaranya apa kurang kencang,
absolutely
guys?
delivered on all fronts, but it is now a heads up
Kurang
where Forsaken has the lead. He hasn't lost yet to 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦.
Kalian dan
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮
Divin.
say, okay, maybe third time is the charm.
Kenapa, Adi?
You know, especially with you being under the weather. I
Halo,
wish you
Bi.
the best, but
Udah kencang, Lik.
I'm
Aman ya?
still going to be looking for that win.
Oke.
I just wanted to add as well
Abangnya
with
Forsaken atau
Forsaken,
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮?
he's the player
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮
that has
lebih tua.
played the
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮,
most stages, I believe, in
Jason.
He's been kind of
Enggak, 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮 Alvin.
He has been 7
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮 Alvin, Jason, baru si Jojo. Paling kecil. Marisa PDKT-an aku. Wih, mantap. Good luck, Excel. Tinggal Sam nih sama Virus. Kurang tinggi min, bukan kurang kencang. Dikit kegedean, kegedean. Sedih, kenapa sedih? Why? Tapi dia udah lulus sih. Lebih tua tah? Nggak apa-apa. Cinta mah nggak mandang umur. Halo Senon, I'm good. How about you? Halo Semirok. Tahu banget sampai silsilah pemainnya. Indo soalnya, Indo mah tahu. Indo, Kangkang pasti tahu. Yang lain ya, portal save monyet. Udah lah, monyet udah berbahagia di ininya, di YouTube-nya. Kan jadi streamer dia katanya. Masih nggak tahu ya. Gimana lagu Q-Ware enak banget. Itu my type banget sih, soalnya band gitu kan. Ya jarang banget. Yang band-band gitu cuma dulu doang. Dulu yang band cuman kayak Blue. Apa lagi? Day6 itu band-band. Sekarang kayak jarang. Terus yang Q-Ware ini campuran kayak Jepang gitu, jadi seru aja sih menurut gue. Buset, Alex badannya gede banget ya? Baru sadar gue. Alex masih mode chill, gila. Sorry. Lihat. Masihku great. Siapa? Shani ya, Cishani. Halo Galeon. Apakah Bang Alik live PRX kalah? Nggak menang, kocak. Kita polling dulu gak sih? What the fuck? Nggak bisa gitu. Z. Oh, Z.
Has always been, an interesting map between these two teams, and definitely one of the stronger ones for T1 when they're facing against PRX.
Malam Rosa. PRX Vinta. Salah itu RRQ anjay. Zio mau min grad tadi Ci. Cishani juga katanya mau grad ya? Apa udah grad? Sorry gue nggak tahu. Sumpah silsilah JKT48. By PRX bundle? No. PRX bundle kan yang the most popular kan? Kalau Barik. Z grad Alik kapan? Gue bukan JKT bro. Gue streamer aja. Udah lama kalau Shani. Oh, Cishani lama. Baru tahu gue. Alik jangan dulu lah. Kocak. Lama nih.
I don't know if it's too early for predictions, but how are you guys feeling about this with the addition of Jinggg? I know it's very exciting, and 𝘰𝘯𝘯𝘬𝘯, you've spoken about on numerous platforms. Your opinion about this swap out?
Look, I mean, I for one, I'm excited to see Jinggg back. He's just so.
Ian dari NMB apa? NMB apa?
Jinggg has
NMB.
He is just so damn good. He's so much fun to watch when it comes down to playing this, and I think that even with Forsaken maybe feeling a little bit under the weather.
𝘧𝘰𝘯 yang Jakarta weh. Gak ada cuy 𝘧𝘰𝘯. 𝘧𝘰𝘯 apa lagi gue? Masih lupa awalnya gimana �𝘰𝘯. Topinya mana? Tapi apa cuy? Laman MPL sih nunggunya. Bener, MPL menurut gue minusnya lama banget. Soalnya Valorant aja udah kayak dicepetin gitu loh breaknya. Dulu breaknya juga lama sih Valorant ini, tapi dicepetin yang kali ini. Lagu Secret Diary udah dengerin enak banget. Wah, Secret Diary yang mana ya? Belum deh kayaknya. Aku cuma dengerin yang terakhir doang. Baru tahu soalnya. Balik belum mandi? Belum. Apain mandi? Di rumah doang. Tapi Mario udah nggak pakai baju itu.
And we were just looking at the last time they faced off on Lotus during kickoff, and of
Lihat
course,
dari QR. Iya, ntar deh gue dengerin. Kemarin apa ya lagu ini namanya?
Anyway, with that,
QR.
I would like to invite the coach who has definitely changed the game for coach cams. We got Coach Alex from PRX here. Welcome.
TBH ya kemarin.
I know this guy.
TBH. MPL kebanyakan sponsor kelamaan jedanya.
Did you know the reason why Pacific doesn't have a desk
gelap. Ini juga banyak sponsor sih, tapi kayaknya nggak sebanyak itu. Kalau MPL kayaknya bener-bener tiap detik, tiap menit tiba-tiba layarnya mengecil, terus ada sponsor, ini lama anjir. Ya TBH mana judulnya, enak banget itu. Kapan ke Makassar lagi? Season depan dong, season RKK ke depan. Nggak tahu sih ada Makassar atau enggak. Tapi semoga ada ya. This is Alex. Cimo nggak diajak? Oh iya, ajak nobar kali. Coba ya, gue tanya ya.
And I have to ask about Jinggg. We all want to know about Jinggg. I think the obvious thing is everyone thinks, you just reintegrate him, easy peasy, everything's all the same. Is it really that simple?
No.
Sponsor banyak, price pool dikit.
I mean, he missed 5 months of competitive.
Komen lah gue. Diam aja. Semua kebawa Ci. Siap, Excel.
New stuff, he goes like, oh, I've never seen that before. And everyone else is already like used to this kind of thing.
Jam berapa belum mandi? Lah. Sekarang anjay. PRX ada Jinggg loh.
I mean, he's gonna come back to Korea very soon. The thing is, he's staying a bit longer. He took the opportunity to finish his studies, so he would have had to miss a week regardless. I think he had some papers that he wanted to complete, but now he's just taking the chance to like really study for it,
Jadi Jinggg main gak sih? Udah main kan?
Do you think that if you were to take that tack to bear backstage with you, it would prevent you from being at the desk? So you have something to cuddle instead of unleashing your fury? I mean, I think the production might allow you to take the bear. We haven't let Carlisle or any of the other coaches, but
I've seen that tweet.
If it saves the desk, then they might actually allow you to take
maybe I
it.
just won't slam it today. I'm calm now.
Nice at home, you're finding your peace, that's good.
Calm now, gak tau calm now ntar raging atau kagak. Lucu aja gimana suaranya. Aduh, gue deh. Gue sih kangkang sih gue sebetulnya.
I mean, I don't know what to expect.
Aku bisa makan gudeg.
I don't know. I mean, they have a whole month to do like whatever they want to do. So
gila udah kangen banget gue ngajak Cak. Gudegnya itu loh.
Like everyone's just retooling. I think it's nice that we had a bit of match
mainkan monyet. Enggak, mainkan Jinggg.
The travel time was sucked.
Harus sama Sensei titip absen gantinya.
Oke.
Thank you Excel. Lebih suka main Valorant apa Mole? Gue lebih suka main Toko kali ya sekarang. Apa lo main yang kombe-kombe gitu? Lelah gue. Terus Mole mungkin gue nggak stres ya, soalnya gue belum terlalu mikirin rank gitu loh kalau Mole. Valorant kan gue lumayan mikirin rank gitu, jadi stres mainnya. Salah semut.
I mean,
Udah makan coto di Makassar.
5 or 6 days of practice.
Gue cuma makan yang palu basah doang.
So 5 duelists.
Makassar palu basah sama yang pastel itu apa namanya Joko Anwar siapa sih? Joko.
You know, with Laz bringing out the chamber,
Yang pastel itu
is someone here from
apa anjir?
PRX gonna bring out the chamber maybe Forsaken?
Itulah gue cuma makan pastel sama palu basah. Palu basah sih enak banget, gila itu enaknya banget.
They didn't look very good in practice.
Iya.
Depends.
Ngapain stres kan kalau cuma main Sky doang. Gila lu, gue main Omen, main Sky, main
And to close it off, before you go into your
lagi
match,
sih.
any shout-outs to
Reina.
your fans or to your family who's
Joko
watching?
Anwar sutradara kocak. Salah. Jalan kota. Udah dikit lah.
Oh, sorry. All right, I think we're
Tipis-tipis. Jalan kota. Salah. Woi,
We'll talk about this backstage.
jangan mulai dah.
Goodness,
Apa bang?
Helios.
Ada tim Indo kah?
Thank you
Ada
so
ini,
much, Alex.
PRX.
Of course, all the best to you,
PRX
boys.
bukan tim Indo sih, tim SG. Katanya udah diakuisisi sama Indo ya? Apa gimana sih? Cuman 3 Indo, 2
Really thinking professional, so I was like,
1 SG, 1 Rusia. Sama Malay. Oh, 2 Indo sekarang bahkan.
That's what I'm saying. They improve your eyesight, right? They allow you to see.
Dukung apa? Ya PRX dong.
That's what I was thought.
T1 Indo cuma 1.
Oh, you guys are all weird over there.
PRX sama T1 sama-sama ada Indo Pride.
breath on
Tapi
that
kan
one.
cuman
But I'm
si
really excited for
apa?
this matchup right now.
Kevin di T1.
Achilles, you got me like freaking flesh
Kalau
out.
PRX ada 2.
I wasn't gonna do that, and then I just sent it.
Ya gue nggak.
But
Ya I don't mind sih
let's
kalau
go
yang
for
menang
predictions really
siapapun
quickly. We already know
tetap
that,
support.
you know, PRX for you.
PRX.
Paling enak apa di di gudeg
because they've been
paling
together
enak.
for so
Kuahnya
long.
kali ya.
William here is
Kuah
being
manis gitu
William.
gue suka.
I will say though, this is way more one-sided than I would have anticipated.
Gudeg Sagan tuh mantep
I
sih
thought
menurut
that
gue.
a lot more people were going to be leaning in towards T1 here.
Lama banget.
So I'm
Lumayan.
really curious to see if we're
Sian banget anjir, prediksinya cuma 1 doang,
if
T1 nih.
William's gonna get a little bit of an
Jing
edge
balik
up on us.
kompe nggak?
Well,
Jadi
with
wamil.
that, I think
Iya,
we
betul.
are ready to watch the players walk onto stage, get ready
Siapapun yang menang
into
tetap
this
kanker.
matchup. We're gonna go over to cast
Setuju.
Paper Thin and Quack.
Thank you ceritanya. Sagan, iya, gudeg Sagan. Mantap. Pas lama kayak ini. Gak tau ya, semoga sih cuma 2-0 ya. Apa kalau 3-1? Kalau 2-1?
He's good at deflecting some of the bad Achilles questions. Like it's all good. No, I mean, I think Alex is generally.
Ini di mana sih? Di Jepang ya?
You can always expect those really.
Playoff di Jepang. Playoff di Jepang. Main di Korea. Stage 1 di Korea ya? Gimana sih? SD aku di Sagan. Enak banget gudeg Sagan, sumpah. Gak masuk akal enaknya. Coba deh gue baca dulu ya adik-adik.
I could totally see them winning this. Now that being said, I gotta stick with PRX. T1's never even taken a map off of them.
Round Robin.
So
Round Robin.
until they can prove to me that they can do that, how am I supposed to go against that?
Ini ngumpulin poin ya?
Gambling that, you know.
Unless you're William, I guess.
Well, he's a gambler, so yeah.
These are
I mean, I
Mavericks.
gambled on the last game and lost, so it's his turn.
I mean, it's just a little bit, odd, and sometimes there are factors to this. You do want to think about how Jinggg can fit back in the team. It has been a while, and at the same time,
Well,
T1 has had all this time to
aduh,
practice. They have
berat
a lot of
nih.
game tape to study on.
Aduh,
Maybe
RRQ
there are
ketemu
some
mulu sama
counter
PRX dah.
strats that even
Salah satu
Alex
grup.
isn't aware, even Alex is going to be prepared for.
Susah anjir ini mah.
And I think, like,
Bisa
one thing
maksudnya
to
bisa.
keep in mind
Bisa.
here is it would not
RRQ
be
kan nomor
off script
1.
for PRX to
Oke,
come
yang
out
masuk
slow,
menurut gua
even when they have practice
DRX,
together, even when they're kind of
PRX,
in a
RRQ.
good state, in that kind of
DRX
cohesion,
lagi GG nggak?
they still sometimes have some really slow starts, and then they
Kemarin
just
gua
kind
nggak
of
nonton
turn it on
soalnya.
and take it over. And that's kind of what happened last time, right? That they squared off on split. It was an OT. It was very close, and then they just dominated on Ascent.
Yeah,
So
afterwards.
yeah, and the thing with Jinggg is, like, I've talked to other coaches about going up against Jinggg, what's that like? And it's what's really difficult about it is that you don't game to game, he plays differently.
Berat banget grup RRQ. Iya anjir. Berat sih, ini berat sih. Kayaknya lebih enak di sini dah. Soalnya kalau RRQ di sini, yang pasti dapat. Kan Jiji udahlah absolut ini mah. Ini absolut.
the timings and things like that.
T1 juga keras sih menurut gue. Bleed kurang, GE kurang, TS juga kurang. Jadi harusnya hierarki di sini gak sih? Bye-bye Geralt. Hierarki seperti biasa kompakan sama YFM. Ini selalu sama PRX woy si hierarki ini, tapi kali ini gak sama Jinggg sih. Biasa hierarki kenanya sama Jinggg woy. Hierarki dari kemarin grupnya bau mulu. Iya anjir. Keras-keras sumpah. Untuk minti Maesa, thank you. Hierarki kapan main? Besok main. Jam 3 sampai 5. Kalau 2-0 ya.
T1 and PRX. I just love T1's banner. It's so sick. Like that archer outside of their office.
Follow lagi nggak? Enggak, hari ini nggak follow. Mau nemenin bocil nonton. Ini kok nggak diajak jadi translator Pape? Pape lagi, lagi di Korea ya? Mana ada Jinggg lagi? Iya lagi, PRX-nya udah ada Jinggg. Waktu itu apa? Cahya jago tau. Cahya tuh cuma jelek tuh pas awal, kayak 2 game 3 game awal gitu. Setelah itu kayak dia jago. Menurut gue sih Cahya udah ngefrag ya. Akhir-akhir. Kayak awalnya masih, ya mungkin chemistry-nya belum kenceng kali ya. Sekarang diganti lagi sama Jinggg. Sama Shiro. Besok WP jam 3 sampai 5. Jam 5 gue cabut. Buat transfer RRQ sekarang apa RRQ musim lalu? Menurut gue mungkin sekarang ya. Ya kan ada musim lalu ada 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮. Tapi kan tidak berakhir dengan baik. Terus sekarang diganti J.M.Kin, menurut lo J.M.Kin jauh lebih stabil sih, jauh lebih konsisten. Terus jago sih J.M.Kin, jago banget. Tapi kayaknya sekarang terus lebih imbang gitu loh. Yang lalu kan lumayan terbantai. Kali ini ya oke sih menurut gue. Susah lihat kalau dibandinginnya sama Jinggg. Ya mungkin emang karena playstyle-nya beda aja gak sih? Kayak si monyet sama si Jinggg. Jadi kayak monyet mau niru Jinggg juga gak bisa jir. Kalian cuma ada one and only Jinggg. Mainnya kayak gitu. Jinggg is back. Ya, Jinggg is back. Parah buat ini. Enggak, bukannya cukup. Dia itu jago. Tapi mungkin dia suka demam panggung kali atau gimana, gue gak ngerti juga. Kadang suka aneh anjir gerak-geriknya. 16 April kesayangan kali. Gue kuliah sih 16 April, tapi bisa sih kalau mau. Paling gue telat, mungkin kayak game 2 gitu gue baru datang. Bisa. Jinggg sudah membekas di ingatan. Playstyle Jinggg mungkin lebih masuk ya sama PRX. Bener banget manggilnya Jinggg. Halo Gujo. Oke, rasa jadi member. Mantap Mahesa. Lu pada nggak mau rasain jadi member? Hah? Jinggg tuh racer bang, kalau mau nyet tuh lompat-lompat. Oh iya bener. Ya Jinggg juga lompat-lompat sih, tapi movementnya Cahya mungkin ya lebih GG gitu loh movementnya. Sering banget. 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮 padahal MVP final jir, kenapa di roast? Enggak, emang jago. Jago. Cuman mungkin gak fit. Jadi member boleh nggak? Boleh, silakan kalau mau kena scam. Jago, tapi kalah virus. Tadi udah ada Excel duluan. Nah itu dia gerak-geriknya nggak jelas, jadi kelihatan ngetro. Bener. Jinggg sebenarnya not bad lah, tapi kadang ada gerakan tambahan. Iya itu loh yang kayak unnecessary move anjir. Harusnya nggak harus dia lakukan tapi lakukan. Nggak ngerti juga sih, dia punya otaknya sendiri anjir.
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮, he's more of like a sub-caller type. Yeah, but we'll see how it all plays out. Still, look, you're excited about Jinggg, but I'm excited about T1. I really like 𝘧𝘰𝘯𝘓 on this chamber. He can be a game changer. He can be a difference maker if he's not accounted for, and that can be a problem for PRX. Sometimes they don't really think through a problem quickly, and it kind of strings together a bunch of bad rounds for them, and then Alex has to come in and turn things around, which he's very good at doing.
Very, very good.
And unfortunately for Desks, as we've seen.
Untuk minta jajan, thank you. Kamu kena scam. Nggak apa bagus. Nah, Taiwan sabar lagi dia diet gila ya. Aku baru libur. Bener lama, tapi ini lama banget sih. Ya setelah lama ini anjir.
A lot of confidence in PRX. As a caster, I gotta say, T1, you really want to see if they can make that improvement, if they can cause a bit of damage, if they can create a bit of that dent in PRX. Just take one map off of today. They are the ones who picked Lotus this time.
Kasian Lik, mumpung belum main. Kasih iklan Lik. Udah gue ngerti cara kasih iklan anjir. Oh ya anjir, janji doang mau bikin vlog Taiwan. Enggak, beneran. Langsung untuk minti Calvin, thank you. Terus, ayo guys, masuk minti. Breaksnya itu kalau masuk minti itu nama kalian jadi hijau. Gas nggak sih? Udah main coy.
Given those long range opportunities, would like to see a little bit more from Zy. I felt like Zy was a little bit weak in the kickoff. Like it wasn't his best.
Ramai kata members terima kasih kan
good. I have no doubts about Saya, but I'd like to see him pick it up.
Kurang aja nggak? Apa aman?
PRX starting on the attack, and A-site
hijau saya jodohnya ya min.
T1 expecting a B hit.
Mantap.
Overstacked the mid of this map.
Kenapa Adam masuk members camp? Terima kasih teman-teman. Bisa lucet Alik, diam nggak?
But if things go exactly right, and PRX are just, gearing up to head towards A.
Oh, Papa udah tag pos anjir.
Ah, no! That's right.
That's right. They are the tech pause curse. We have actually identified the real curse. And it is T1. I'm sorry to T1 fans and the T1 org, because you're all wonderful people, but you are cursed.
Capek cuy.
Kind of an issue, of course, we'll just iron out those bugs.
2-1, 2-0. Kemarin di RX lawan siapa ya?
We had a pretty good day yesterday. It was pretty smooth. One little tech pause with an audio issue, very quickly solved. Wow, flew from NA.
Nice.
And 𝘧𝘰𝘯𝘵, yes.
Heck yeah. Tons of awesome stuff to do, especially not just.
Tapi belum kebuka udah pause, kacau anjir. Karena sibuk ngapain aja min. Hari ini kok nggak ngapain sih, cuma di rumah doang.
Yeah, it's
gotta come down and catch the games.
Lu ngapain, Virus? Halo, Kak Yusuf, how are you today? I'm good, boy. How about you?
The youngest Susanto brother.
They're probably not wrong.
Emang di mana kok ada huruf aksaranya?
It's adorable, but all right. Into the game we go.
Mana bro?
T1 completely evading all of it there. Yeah, pushing down pillar.
Aman nggak sore?
Goodness, is anybody? I mean, Devi's watching, but he's got the spike.
Oh my god, and he's got a classic.
This is so bad.
The crowd. So many gas knows.
They have no idea, dude.
Dan semua.
Tree being
taken
now.
Nice banget anjir.
Screen goes up.
Nggak ada.
We do have a couple of players from PRX watching the back. 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮 with his headhunter, 6 rounds. Pretty much a sheriff. Walking all the way through.
Lihat semua. Oh, what the fuck?
Saya starts things off with a headshot onto
Oh
Devi.
shit, man.
Of course, now everyone has to divert their attention away. You never know who's lurking around the back. Something still sharp as ever, though, able to take down Saya. 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮 has been spotted. First headhunter shot whiffed. And something's just trying to play it safe.
Nice
trying to play around the
Jason.
positions. Forsaken, unfortunately, getting
Oh
taken
shit,
out, though.
man.
And that's all down to Mindfreak. Still rounds left in the headhunter chamber.
Oh shit.
Goes back out.
Oh,
2
nice
players.
try,
A little bit
anjir.
too much. Body blocked and everything, and T1
Mapnya
picks up
T1,
the
map
pistol.
T1.
Some really good
PRX
ideas
pick.
from T1. That early push out almost caught Devi. He barely got out of there in time.
Prediksi MU Liverpool.
And then it forced
Nggak tahu.
PRX to have to just really focus tightly in their defensive setup on the
3-1, 3-1.
fan out. It's tougher to create some extra angles. Something did a pretty good job.
Bang,
of trying to
PC-nya
put out
hilangin.
a little bit of an extra
Oh, sorry,
angle,
anjir.
but it's handled perfectly by Rossi and 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮. And then
Sorry.
they find the right time to pull off. Really
Lupa, bro.
smart there, expecting
Bilang
the
dong.
regress because they
Nggak
know they
bicara,
have to
anjir.
stop the defuse timing.
Ya.
Knowing that Mindfreak's gonna have to push that
Sorry.
angle. Really well thought out there by Rossi.
Wow. Gila nih bos.
Quick reactions. One little peek, and with a Marshall, he does it all.
Hilang
Get out
palamu.
of here.
I was just gonna say, I mean, T1 was doing a great job.
Nggak
Rossi
bias sih, Zu.
exceptionally with that Sheriff. If he's that guy who's, you know, bringing the fun vibes to the whole team, and he's
Anjir,
having a
dapet
good
Spectre.
time, the whole team's gonna have a good time. But
Cek kiri nggak sih? Kagak cuy, di sini bener.
kind of doubt PRX.
No. I mean, he's got the outlaw, so
Okay.
makes it easy. Take down his brother.
Gimana bicara? Wah, bener
Still,
juga.
you get
Sorry ya,
an
bro.
upgrade in a Spectre.
Oh shit,
Oh,
man.
something.
Wah,
Swap
nice
back
try,
over
bro.
to the classic, but with the mount, just kind of exposes himself a little bit more. Rossi
Dink,
back in
bro.
with the Sheriff, and the rest of the PRX team trying to continue to pile up front towards
Bisa
A.
nggak sih
Jing
dapet
has a
ini
bit
Jing
of
mah?
an angle. He hears the footsteps.
Oh shit.
Checked by Saya. Great job, T1. Couple of shots to
Oh,
buy
nice
too,
try.
but that's the most that he can
Aduh,
do.
sayang anjir tuh.
10
Kevin.
players down. Still a pretty
Low.
good win for T1.
Rarky besok, iya Rarky besok 3/5.
Opening pick kind of
Dukung mana?
can send teams
PRX
reeling
dong.
sometimes, can kind of get in your head.
PRX gua,
Nothing's
Frey.
safe, but 𝘰𝘰𝘮𝘮 very ready.
Udah bilangin cuek. Ya maaf ya Kia.
Stuck peek there. Forsaken not
Maafkan
jiggling at
aku.
all. Went for the angle. Something
Ini
couldn't get underneath
anjir
the mount.
dicek,
Rossi
gila.
made him pay. Jing not
Karpe.
able to win on his lurk. Well accounted for.
Karpe.
Mental discipline really good for T1.
Masih ada karpe anjir.
I mean, that's the preparation coming in.
Bisa nih round 3
Not sure what it
PRX.
is. A bit of an audio issue, I guess.
Capek gak sih?
Fans crack me up.
Yuk, Valorant yang bener
But
yuk.
yeah, you know, you
Anjir.
definitely see that there
Rusak
are some of these
mulu.
plans that are intentionally cooked up for PRX. Because how often do you
Apakah
actually
ada
have a team that just
bocah Jing juga
completely
seperti
leaves
saya?
A open,
Ada
pushes out
sih.
a B pillar,
Gue
just
bocah
to wrap them
kangkang,
around
bro.
like that.
Yeah,
Di sini
basically
biasa
never.
aja gue sama semuanya.
Like, it just,
Ngapain dia? What
this
the
is the thing
hell?
about PRX is you almost have to kind of do the unexpected because of their unexpectedness, right? And that actually does throw PRX off. It can be something that they have a difficult time
Ew?
accounting for.
What do you mean, ew?
Lurks at
Gila ya.
weird timings and
Gue
stuff like
bocah
that.
tarik
I've
sih.
seen that punish them
Ini Korea.
time and time again.
Iya,
They
Korea.
don't really think about it
LA
sometimes.
off
Again,
baru
they
ke
can get a bit of
Jepang
those
ya?
blinders, a little bit of
Iya
tunnel
sih.
vision. If you're gonna find any fault in PRX,
Ini kalau
there
login
isn't much. That
mulai
can
cek
be
album siap.
I am
Oh, tenang ya.
reminded of what happened against 𝘰𝘰𝘮𝘮 at Champions last year. So definitely a
Mampus tuh
good
di TO
point.
anjir sama
A
Pidel.
lot of things going
Bagus
on.
Del.
A lot of
Yang ngatain
PRX
kangkang di
fans,
TO.
T1 fans as well. As Valorant increases in
Langsung bawa
popularity in
kecil
Korea.
joget gemoy Cahya. Itu lucu sih. Aduh,
accurate,
kangen
accurate
Cahya
sign,
nih.
please. He wants the
Terlalu lucu anjir Cahya.
signature there.
Forsaken
A lot of
Goat.
T1 fans, yeah, for sure.
Jojo is the best
Jojo, yeah, there's
Susanto.
that sign, Jojo is
Yeah,
the
that's
best
one.
Susanto. I mean, look, both orgs, ton of popularity. You know, obviously, we're in Korea. T1's going to have a little bit of a home field advantage in that respect, but PRX is just so entertaining to watch play that it's easy to make fans when you're that good. And that unique. The way they play is unlike anybody else in the world, so...
It's always fun, and it's a bit of a challenge to the teams that go up against them. Right now, it's going to be T1. You know, in the past, we had seen Jinggg up against them in kickoffs, but Jinggg, you know, knew how to deal with it. PRX trying to adjust to this, yeah.
Jinggg gave them a taste of their own medicine. They played
Ooh.
aggressive and
Halo Tio.
taking a lot of confident angles and pushes and stuff like that. So they,
Kangkang kalah kan nangis, Araki kalah nggak nangis kan? Nangis gua.
it can snowball.
Nangis lah.
Snowball a
Masa nggak
bit.
nangis? Woi rame. Nice banget anjir Jason.
Fast. Okay.
Ya absen lu.
Just starting things off with a bit of that lurk,
Tahu son.
bit of a re-peek, and
Kosong
2
anjir.
kills.
Free side.
So quick, collected. The rest of the team now pushing up. A little bit of mind presence to know that there could be more players trying to make this B play happen. It happened on the pistol round. Maybe T1's going to do it again. A is completely open after all.
Yeah, something already getting up towards heaven.
Izu ini juga
Good
jago
smoke,
banget kan?
Very good.
Allows for
Izu
something to play
saya
around the positions.
sama
You got Jing ready with the paint shells as well.
Give me
is a
back
good
my
setup.
moderator. No,
red. I
nggak
mean, this is kinda what
boleh. Nanti
PRX likes to
disalahgunakan.
Yeah,
Ada apa
I
ini
know,
baru juga
but-
masuk.
alright,
Nggak tahu. Nice banget.
He's on for the
Ace nggak sih?
Okay.
Wow, one more.
It's just
Anjir,
round
nice
3.
try.
T1's trying to play it
Nice
safe, trying to
banget.
do what they can do.
Nice.
But then Forsaken just comes up from behind. This is
Jason.
the same-ish debut that we saw from
Nice bahagia. Hey.
PRX last year in the
Anjir,
regular
gua nggak
season of
pernah.
VCT Pacific.
Yeah. And that's kind of what you
Aku
expect out of a
baca
player like
Zyken
Forsaken.
di
He
TO
can be a
ngalik
bit under the
enggak
weather.
Zyken mantep.
Not too shabby.
Gue juga suka Zyken.
Almost gets the ace here. Man, oh man.
Hampir.
He is darn close.
Amazing. He looks good.
He looks fine.
Apart from the fact that Jinggg is returning, another thing I think we haven't really quite spoken about is the friendship between Forsaken and
the bromance.
Jinggg. Yeah, dude.
The bromance anjir. Aduh peding anjir.
Great fade.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, that's gonna be now T1 trying to
Wah.
fight in for this,
Oh,
but
nice.
Mindfreak
Anjir,
is
Aaron.
not gonna let them go down without a swing.
Nice banget.
Shrouded steps away, and they are definitely
Veto,
aware of it.
eh.
But look at
Cepet,
what's
cepet.
happening across the map too. Forsaken
Nice
through the link,
banget.
catches
Anjir
extra
Jason di
from
mana-mana
behind.
sumpah.
Now so much more space being gathered. You've got the tripwire in front of
Bye,
Rossi.
Rossi.
Can't
What
go
can you do,
through
bro?
for free. Neural theft just reveals. And that's the go signal for PRX to get the spike over on A.
Well, he's at least able to grab an orb.
Yeah, why
Nice
not?
banget.
Yeah, I mean,
Halo,
that's going to
Gabriel.
give him the Viper's
Enggak,
Pit
nggak telat
next
kok,
round.
baru
One way or
modal.
another, he's only got to judge. He's not going to go for this.
Forsaken's getting an orb too. We're
Nanti
all playing
pagi
Pac-Man over here.
Repetens gak? Gila lu. Minggoy gua. Menarik sih.
I think
Tapi lihat nanti aja lah.
Forsaken is already showing off why
Ngantuk pengen
I
tidur.
love to
Gue
see him
belum
on
tidur
this map
cukup tahu.
on Cypher because he's so tricky to deal with.
The mindfulness to, yeah.
He's all over the place. He's really good at holding the C site sometimes. It can be broken open, of course, but I really like the way he plays the Cypher. And Rossi, see if we can find any value out of this. I mean, the economy is weak for these two surviving players of PRX, but the other three have quite a bit of money.
Waiting for exits. He's got the judge. There goes the first. Fires off a second shot even before he sees
Anjir,
Mindfreak,
nice
and
try
it
dah.
does connect.
Kocak.
T1,
Gak mau.
although PRX picks up the round win,
Habis tebar PRX langsung
Rossi
off-flick.
walks away with a
Yeah,
bag full of gold.
That's
Mau
huge.
caps
That's
sama
a lot.
Felin.
He's able to recover
Felin
the
gue
off.
dikasih tidur gak
Gets
mau.
the Viper's Pit
Gue mau
online, didn't
tidur,
even have to
cuman
die.
gak bisa tidur.
Massive play for Rossi. Yeah, they don't get the round win, but
Viper's
it almost feels like a loss for PRX.
Gak tidur sambil stream kayak pas itu.
We'll see.
Itu gue beneran ngantuk banget.
So Mindfreak
Gue
has
kuat anjir.
from the shadows available. Jingg's 1
Terus
point
kayak sekarang
away
gue lebih
from the
tahan WP deh.
showstopper.
Dulu sekali gue WP, kayak baru main belum sampai half round gue udah tidur anjir. Selesai caps toko. Gigi lu toko, enggak ya? Nggak tahu deh, lihat nanti lah guys. Bingung gue, nggak bisa menjanjikan nanti gue dibilang PHP. Gue nggak kena anjir. Kocak. Mampus. Sorry mulut. Nice banget anjir. Yuk, flawless yuk.
B-side is open.
Knew there would be the reload. He knew he could push through. Really smart play from Forsaken.
Jeez Louise, oh god. And now it's going to be the operator with the angle. Down goes Mindfreak. But down goes the
gimana?
spike carrier as well. Side players come back
Ngapain anjir?
behind. Although they've
Dia
got the
kenapa ngeklaim coy?
the spike drops.
Wah, nice try dah,
Viper's Pit
susah
now
anjir.
out by Rossi. They know they
Ini
should
mah.
have this round. How do you push back in? Look at what's
Gak kayak udah gak punya anjing, gak punya apa-apa
Forsaken.
lagi.
It's happening again.
I think X-Curate has a
susah sih.
decent idea that his brother's doing this.
All right.
Wah,
Well, I want to see how Forsaken
bisa
can.
dilihatin.
See, check it. Do you know what your brother's doing? Or is it going to be a pink mist?
I mean, they got time to really make sure that they're set up. Kind of come from all three angles at
Oh,
once.
nice banget, timing anjir.
One kill. Now on to the
Oh, nice.
next.
Wah,
And he's
Jason
on
si
line
gila
for the
ya.
ace. Rossi's right around the edge of it, and Forsaken just sprays downtown.
Unbelievable. What a game
Anjir,
he's already
Jason
having.
GG anjir.
11 kills in 5 rounds.
Random
Are you
aja 11
kidding
kill.
Just blistering stuff from Forsaken.
Round
Goodness,
5 lah
I don't
tadi,
know what
round
Jing
5
was doing there. That was a little weird.
Anjir sakit
had the
coy.
toxic
Jing
spray
main,
in
Jing
front
main,
of
Jing
him.
main. Oh yang kedua Jing,
Trying
second
to
flick.
plant with no cover.
Gila.
But you know,
Toko-toko gue pukul
I
ya.
know.
Toko-toko.
I know.
Ini gila sih. Di flick anjir.
Forsaken's just better.
Unbelievable. And the way that he was checking into the Viper's Pit as well, and making
Udah
sure not to
skill.
over-peek out the corner. Rossi was the one who walked into his
GG ya.
crosshairs.
No
And
fight
there's
nih.
tiny little timings that allows Forsaken to capture that ace. Next round. PRX has
Ayo
been really good
Ilya,
at going
kejar
towards this
Jason
ace side.
Ilya.
T1 now, not
Next besok
no
RRQ menang.
longer
Gak ada
pushing
hubungan,
out of
kocak.
the-
RRQ yakin juara gak? Yakin lah.
Forsaken goes back in for a bit of adventure on his own. Uses the cyber cage to set up the spy camera.
Wah, nice try
Does
anjir.
not
Di
expect
bait
his brother
anjir.
on the other side. He only spotted it, went in for the camera tag. The rest of the team though has already made their way in, but
Oh my
because
God,
of the
what's
smokes,
happening, bro?
they're able to take down Jinggg, something in for a bit of a trade. 2 players remaining. You've got Noted, you've got the Blade Storm.
Oh my.
Comes down to sharp shooting. They know the angles. Something's prepared for it. Snaps back onto 𝘰𝘯𝘀𝘮𝘬's head. Triple kill and a hat trick now. He knows 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦 right around the corner too. Doesn't have the spike though, so this is just gonna come down to kills. Can 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮
Anjir, nggak expect ya?
be accurate enough to outsnipe this? Watches down the angle onto its stairs. It's taken a little bit too much time.
Expect anjir.
Back around.
Expect kelamaan nggak sih?
Catches something just as he peeks out. The shot through the engine block and T1 back 3-on-3.
Well,
Game sense orang pro player emang GG ya.
It is fast and furious. And this
Sebenarnya
time it's a
cosplay
big
Alex.
switch for
Alex ini sih lo
Nice
katanya.
work there with 𝘰𝘯𝘀 to get
Gue yang nge-reach.
his brother Jason
Jago deh
fall
anjir.
for it. 𝘭𝘂 holding that door nicely. Something almost takes this round.
Wah,
I mean, these huge
straight.
multi-kills for PRX. You can see, wow, 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮 wants that. He's got that serious look on his face.
And off of the win,
Marga Susanto menyala selalu nggak sih?
Coach Autumn,
Konsisten banget ya mereka.
They have an equalized score. They want to bring it to a bit of a lead.
Jago sih,
They
anjir.
are sensing
Kevin.
that PRX, are coming in with a bit of an adjusted strategy. In the
Jago
past, maybe
bener.
it's the hyper-aggressive stuff, but this time around, you always want to watch out for Forsaken on this lurk.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the biggest part of this, is that they can't have
Ada si Momo.
just running over
Iri
their
yang doi.
flanks
Nggak ada yang bilang.
and just tearing them apart. And certainly for
Halo, Ci.
Alex, he's probably trying to get them a little bit more dialed in, trying to get them a little more
Hai.
disciplined, because they're getting caught in some weird angles. Rossi's doing a good job finding some
Maaf,
moments.
lupa.
So you gotta
Jago.
be 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮 top.
Jago banget,
Gotta make
gila
sure
ini
that you're not
Jason
locking
sama
in front of him.
Kevin.
We saw it very early on.
Aku baru mau
It was
nonton.
an outlaw, but
Tadi Jason
basically
nge-ace.
the same gun in that situation,
Terus
right?
nge-ace,
So
terus
it's kinda
4K.
why they,
Si Kevin tadi nge-clutch.
So you gotta be kind of
Jago bener.
Oh, T1.
Iya, iya, X-Corrupt.
going to be time
Alright.
for the Force to come out and this
Inggris.
is a double op setup.
Kosong.
Xayah player
Gas
can pick it
9,
up as well.
38,
We see
37.
that all the time with T1 on this map.
Oh, belum buka. Oke.
Very potentially deadly stuff. I think there's also been a call for Forsaken to be a little bit more
tipis ya hasilnya.
careful
Ini masih ketat ini.
about some of these corners where 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮 is
Latnya bang.
definitely marking
Lat dikit.
Something on with the judge though is a very
20.
interesting thing. They've managed to go in
16.
and flood down the
17.
site. Spike has been planted.
Udah,
Jinggg
spike
the
yang mana?
showstopper.
kocak.
Doesn't quite land.
Rosa,
Good bit of
anjir.
damage. 𝘭𝘂 comes in for the
Udah
trade.
panci.
Mindfreak trades right back.
Round 7 kan?
Round 7 ya?
Paradise sent out by 𝘰𝘯𝘮𝘮 as they try to push back out from the door side.
Kamu nonton di Twitch atau di...
Di Twitch.
Now they're trying to play around it.
Di YouTube lama.
Goes back in just
Wah, nge-whiff coy. Bro.
Something comes back in off of the information just to try to collect the
What the fuck, saya?
player connects the shot,
udah
swaps
di
over the
defuse ya?
classic, and
Anjir,
lands a
jago banget.
great
Iya, lagi
one
defuse
on
sekarang.
Mindfreak.
Iya kalau gitu.
Is that a
Lat ya?
no
Aku telat
scope?
ya? Anjir.
Just point blank
Anjir,
off.
what the fuck? Ini match Susanto vs
Absolutely
Santo.
bonkers stuff. The
Alex Susanto.
pace of play
Jangan memalukan
is
anjir.
insane.
Gue aja lebih cupu daripada Jojo.
Oh, no, the one-way
Halo, Chris.
Forsaken there. Just walking right
Tapi
underneath.
kapan live? Ini gue lagi live, kocak.
Yeah,
Di aku nggak
Apa?
lihat notif kamu
disgusting.
sih.
Disgusting.
Nggak keluar ya? Kadang kayak gitu sih. Emang nggak keluar kadang.
Tapi kalau di search juga nggak ada anjir.
Kalau apa?
Di search juga nggak ada. Di
Di
search ada, cuma
Kok
live
ngeblok
kamu susah
A ya?
banget terus ngerti nggak?
Oh my god. Gila. Gak nyangka. Malam like, halo Aska, aku belum makan. Kalian buka lagi? Udah buka kan? Buka puasa tuh.
Nah nih, 33, 32.
And there's just no breaks on this
Iya,
game.
30, 29, 28. Oke, cakep.
No hesitation with the Blade Storm. To
Gas
lead
nggak
the
sih?
way, trying to put
Maju
out
nggak
back
sih?
these Seekers.
Nggak ya?
Keluar nggak sih?
Oh,
ini WP T1 nih.
Wah!
Nge-whip anjing.
Aduh.
Right up around the side, Jinggg tried to go in for the trade, but
PR,
unfortunately shut down
Ilya,
as well.
PR.
T1 now having the
Tapi
numbers
something tuh
advantage.
kadang
Rosa
bisa
nih.
tau mainnya.
You got the showstopper, the
Nggak
rocket
konsisten ya?
ever ready, and it
Kadang
does
jago,
land.
kadang
Tapi si Jinggg lagi kurang sih. Mungkin belum kali ya?
tadi kan baru balik lagi.
Ya Tuhan Yesus, nice try.
And we've gotten the round.
Nggak, ini mapnya T1.
Meme T1.
Tapi PRX juga Lotusnya agak-agak juga sih kadang.
Handling the pressure
Oh iya?
very nicely, not giving any
Iya.
opportunities for this aggressive style.
Jinggg kena nerf.
Just having a good read on when they can
Iya.
Gak
strike,
puasa yang simple
when
aja
they can get some
tumpeng.
angles. PRX
Simple
Oh, dia
tumpeng.
That's that's always again a problem.
Ini dia kok nggak
You
ngecek
see
anjir,
sometimes with
ngecek ke
PRX,
atas.
I mean, Jinggg was
Kan
trying to
di
do something
smoke.
about it, but shot out
Iya,
of
terus
the
kan
air by
itu
Izu.
udah flash
Si
scenes di main freak.
Absolutely insane stuff.
Oh.
Jadi dia emang mau punish
Or
city-nya,
T1.
city jauhnya itu loh.
They are
Nah yang close-nya nggak dicek dulu.
already forcing that timeout. I don't blame
Karena
Alex
Cuek.
here.
kan
He needs to
ngumpet di
right the
smoke
ship and right
kayaknya.
it fast.
Ada smoke, dia mau keluar dari smoke, mau
Definitely
surprise
see if
gitu
he can-
loh.
Maybe get him to work the map a
Tapi
little
yang
bit more.
yang kiri kan nggak di.
Yang kiri atas itu kan?
Iya.
A
Maksud
little
kamu?
bit.
Heeh.
Iya iya. Cuma masalahku masih ada
Forsaken
smoke.
did not
Oh.
walk in front of
Kecuali dia nggak ada smoke ya, dia keluar.
Kan kalau nggak smoke kan langsung kelihatan.
It is,
Iya iya.
yes. It is hard when you're like know
Kecil sama
each other
siapa?
so
Sama
well
Cimomo.
like that. Like day to day, you're just like who's gonna have the better read on the
Buka
other.
puasa makan opor ayam sama tengah enak banget.
Aku ada
Selamat berbuka guys.
Aku nge-spam kamu reels anjir.
Cici liat TikTok dong. Aku sih udah 1000 TikTok kayak kirim.
Oh iya. Gue jarang banget buka TikTok sekarang.
Iya anjir, gue udah kayak ngasih nggak tahu ada 1000 ya. Korea semua anjir. Halo Sam, apa kabar? Kan ngampus di UPH lagi.
I mean,
Sini
I'm sure
sini.
in his mind, he's like, well, if I can just get towards their spawn and get to that raise before the raise gets the showstopper out, then I'll look like a genius. But that's
Pegang siapa, Ci?
PRX, right? Like this is the way they play.
Gue
It is,
PRX.
Mantap.
Gue pengen banget dia orang juara lagi.
say the least. And I don't
Kan nggak juara.
mind the idea. I do
Dua,
Iya,
juara dua.
maksudnya
want to see Jinggg
iya.
pull back there and then
Nggak, juara
play
tuh
a little bit
satu
further
aja.
back. It's gonna be tough.
Kan nggak pernah juara.
With that showstopper in play.
That's why it's a little bit of
Dulu.
a tough position to be in.
Nggak pernah juara anjir.
Say that they have forced the hand of T1.
Nggak pernah juara dong.
Economy's not great for PRX.
Kapan?
Invest just about everything they had into this round. And
PRX kan juara dua.
It's still a Guardian and a
Yang
Bulldog.
Ya sama DRX.
Still lurking.
Ya lawan DRX finalnya.
This time the protocols in towards C.
itu Pasifik doang kan?
Together.
Iya, masa aku Pasifik.
Oh, iya
Kaget
iya
gua.
iya.
Oh iya,
pernah.
kalau champion
Pasifik.
nggak pernah emang.
Ya champion nggak pernah.
Aku pengen mereka menang Pasifik lagi. Meskipun gue suka sama Stuck sih. Tapi
Iya pernah Pasifik. Baik Min nggak? Apa kabar? Apa kaps? Aku baik juga.
kalau
Good
champion
lah,
sih agak
Sam.
susah sih. Gila
ya?
lawannya.
But unfortunately, Blinded not quite able
Nice
to
try deh.
do all too much. Devi on the other side, a bit of a tap with the Phantom, but instantly traded. Spotted Accurate through Waterfall now.
Tapi kuat banget Janji anjir. Gimana Ci?
Wanting to take the duel,
Berat.
they know they have to watch out for Mound.
Tapi
Mas
nggak tahu
banget
nih
anjir.
makanya Jinggnya harus balik konsisten
Menyala.
lagi
And
aja.
the timer still ticking away. A bit more of a standard
Aduh,
round.
itu 1 HP. Tinggal di save.
Alongside Mindful,
Single,
do their
single.
job and anchor
Nice
Mampus
one.
anjir. Nice anjir movementnya.
T1 not able to retake.
Apa kabar? Aku baik Renzi,
Not
kamu apa
unlike
kabar?
before.
Yeah, and I think Alex probably
Sebenarnya
told him
Monyet
exactly
bagus
what
sih
you were
mainnya
looking at in that
kemarin tuh
previous
pas
round.
di
Don't go too crazy.
apa
Di Lotus.
yang
Get the plant
final.
down, then settle in.
Cuma
Use
kayaknya
post-plant
Tapi emang udah
Jinggg
bagus
kan
kok
get the
akhir-akhirnya.
trades in place.
Ya, awal-awal
cuma
doang sih yang
kayaknya si
jelek.
Jinggg tuh lebih tahu playstyle PRX tau gak sih?
Iya
Jadi
benar.
kayak
Lebih
gua
fit in ya.
ngerasanya-
Really nice one.
Gue ngerasanya 4 pemainnya PRX tuh malah harus yang ngefit ke si Cahya kan.
Oh iya,
Accurate.
benar-benar.
Kalau Jinggg kayak emang udah ya, ih lucu amat ih.
Saw just some good movement there from Jinggg.
Kan mirip Cimomo sih.
To that angle.
Hah lu gila ya.
Kayak mirip hamster gitu.
Chance to take him down.
Hah?
Kan dia juga mirip hamster.
Cyber cage
Iya
up
sih, dia,
again. We're back
dia,
into that
dia
same
suka
C
hamster
strat.
sih.
Hamster anjir. Halo.
T1 trying to
Baik
adjust
sedang
around
membiarkan baby, apakah akan jadi baby? Wah kurang tahu ya aku ya. Aminin aja guys.
player joining the team.
Pak Budi apa Budu apa kabar? Kagak mudik kan?
Out of the air goes
Kagak enggak mudik.
Is that pre-aimed? I'm curious.
Nggak ada libur buat
Definitely
mereka.
got that shot. Now PRX
Libur
just
pas saya
retake
wafat aja.
their
Udah
decision.
minti man, thank you.
Might go
Yuk
into
yuk
C
masuk
any
minti,
longer.
masuk minti, masuk minti.
Yeah, this is
Minti.
not.
Dapat berapa gue tadi?
Alik mau liburan guys.
And then on this, Forsaken again.
Iya bener.
Ada Jason
Wide
tadi
swings
banget.
Mau
just a
liburan
little
sama
bit
Cimol.
further and inch over the crosshair. Accurate
Jason
not
jago
able
banget.
to fire
Konsisten
off
banget
this
lagi.
operator.
Iya
Mindful
makanya
on
aku
the
pengen
alert
dia juara
this
tuh
time.
kasian cok dia.
This is how you play Lopez.
Kasian.
You've got the
Tapi
neural
dia doang
theft
yang
as well,
konsisten
but
terus
Ross
yang
is
lain.
Iya
back
anjir.
into
Aduh,
investigate. Great
Aron
awareness.
anjing.
With the op now though.
Wah, nice try,
from
Jason.
brother, not quite able to flick back over.
He wide swung that angle, opened himself up to 2, and had to check.
Oh man, 2-on-4.
Susah sih.
Jinggg has the showstopper. Doesn't need it yet.
Bener ya.
Both players able to do so
Anjing.
much. Now just
Nice.
showstopper for a bit of
Aduh,
security.
nice
Tries to
try,
flash back away
anjir.
to safety or hop away to safety, but
Izu.
Izu
Jago aja
playing
Izu.
off of his teammate gets the
Jago
Anjir,
information
Sejarah
and
di.
placed The
Gue
position
kejarin
to perfection.
Napin.
6-4
PRX gak lengkap
T1.
kalau gak ada Jinggg
The
Susanti.
adjustments for both sides are great.
Welcome to the scam, welcome to the scam guys.
Well, 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘦𝘵.
Lagi habis uangnya gara-gara kemarin ke Jogja makan gudeg. Iya anjir, gue bayar sendiri cuy ke Jogja.
I don't know if there was an accidental footstep or sound given over by Mindfreak.
Malah ketinggalan ini lagi. Kereta segala macam jadi gue bayar lagi buat Grab.
And Forsaken, again, we're seeing these problems where PRX just starts to push more and more and more space on the map, but it gets to be too much too far. If Forsaken just kind of pulls back and holds a different angle, he doesn't offer himself to two potential angles that he has to worry about.
Rekom agent untuk
That's what
today
ends up
T10.
costing the timing.
Menurut gue lo pakai ini sih. Lo jadi chamber sih. Jadi Kevin. Chamber pakai chamber. Play Renzi.
C has been blocked off by the Viper's Pit of Rossi. So in towards A.
Gede banget perjalanannya.
Or you've got that Prowler being sent
Oh
out,
shit.
something just trying to land a shot, holds the position.
Nice
Good
banget.
swing now coming through.
Di trade.
But at what cost? You still got stairs to worry about. And 𝘰𝘰𝘮𝘮 doing a good job at anchoring. Despite, you know, still calling him a bit of a rookie, he is providing that impact.
Wah, what the
Now
fuck?
landing these shots.
Gila ya Ci. Wah gila sih.
Mindfreak trying to buy all the time he
Gimana
can.
aja ini?
Forsaken,
Oh,
Nice.
gila.
one.
Forsaken's gotta watch out for Rossi.
Keluar dua,
Keding
anjing.
anjir.
But
Wah, nice try dah anjir Jason.
Oh, he knows.
Nice try. Nice try. Gimana ceritanya bisa sendiri ke Jogja?
He's
Ini
been
gue gak
pretty good
dapet
at
Jogja sebetulnya yang
Just 'cause
ke
he's
Jogja tuh
losing
Shalma.
sometimes in the duels
Tapi
doesn't
karena
mean he
saya
hasn't
ingin
played it
sekali
pretty
ya
damn
makan
well.
gudeg di Jogja.
Serius, you bayar sendiri.
Iya gue bayar sendiri anjir.
from T1.
Yang RX show.
Iya. Yang ke Jogja doang.
The concerns I have, and this is something
Segitunya.
Segitunya sumpah gue sama gudeg.
Naik kereta.
leave these
Enggak, gue naik pesawat. Dia naik pesawat Ci. Kan naik pesawat. Terus
gonna knock you down.
kan airport Jogja tuh jauh ke kota, jadi harus naik kereta setengah jam gitu.
Dari airport ke kota.
Iya, terus kan flight gue delay anjir, jadi kereta gue telat kereta jadinya. What the fuck Ci?
Sini orang najis banget tadi.
Sound completely robbed, low health. and it's
Anjir,
just
nice banget tapi itu.
instills the rest of the T1 squad with
Ih,
so
tapi enak
much
banget ya bener ya,
confidence. Just
pakai
push
Fate
out,
di Lotus.
decimate PRX.
Terus kamu naik apa?
Nah, kok naik Grab anjir 1,5 jam ke kota?
Berapa duit, Cok? Mau?
300-an.
Kayak ke BSD.
The squad
Anjir, menangis
split
gua.
in half because
Berarti 300.000-an buat ke kota.
Kalau naik kereta berapa duit?
Kereta cuma goban.
Anjir.
Karena gue delay tiba-tiba, itu beneran tiba-tiba delay.
Astaga, Aaron.
not today, not
Enak
for
ya.
now. As we near the end of the first half.
Gila, kamu demi
Effort
ya.
nih anjir,
Demi
demi
makan
sebuah gudeg yang harga 19.000. Gue mengeluarkan berjuta-juta anjir.
Terus suka gak?
About how it happens.
Suka banget, enak banget sumpah Ci.
Saya
Gila.
kan itu.
You got
Iya,
all of these players
angka.
from the side of
Sama
T1,
ada ayam
and they
juga.
were just prepared to
Lupa
Terus
apa
baliknya
sekarang iya.
ikut mereka.
Baliknya
Bareng atau-
baliknya gue dibeliin kereta
that night
sama
ball,
RRQ.
the toxic screen that you were mentioning, paper
Effort
thin.
sekali.
Mereka
Iya
pulangnya
nih.
naik kereta juga atau
Enggak, naik pesawat. Pesawat semua.
mereka kasihan kamu naik grab juga.
Gila. Menangis gue naik Grab.
Aduh.
He knew that one was
Astaga,
coming in for a quick
dapai.
respond, and that's why he
Alex
turned
gue bilang
around, but
Karpe.
yeah, three
Karpe.
players coming out from Mound.
Gudeg ayam swear. Suwir anjing, kok swear?
This is great stuff from T1. All it took was that one time
Aduh
out.
gimana nih?
They were pretty well on track after that.
Nah, anjir.
You know, great recognition there by
Berat,
Autumn, even
berat.
after winning a round, that
Belum,
they needed
belum.
adjustments,
Biasa
that they
PRX
needed
gitu
to
anjir map
kinda
pertama.
take
Good
the fight to
house, yang penting gak
PRX at
9-3.
get themselves into better positions, use their utility to their advantage, and kind of cut up PRX piece by piece.
Practicing my go.
They certainly have made a bit of paper mache out of PRX so far. What the heck?
RRQ Kingdom quick round untuk kami, iya untuk Kingdom juga kok, tenang.
Matryoshka
Effortnya buat gudeg. Pas semisal bimbing,
Yeah.
jadi kayaknya
But yeah,
komunitas
it does, you know,
komunikasinya
feel as though
sementara
PRX
cuma sama lu
will have
Yamin.
time to adjust around this.
Tapi gue bisa bahasa dalam Inggris anjir, gue cuma bisa denger doang soalnya. Kalau ngomong gue juga lumayan susah gitu.
Not turning them into
Itu bukannya kalau
paper-mache,
dipanggil
and there's so
nggak
much
nyaut ya,
that
itu
they have to
budak,
kind of work
Gabriel.
around. Meanwhile, T1 has had all this time to prepare. They
Halo
picked this map
Sean.
intentionally.
Sean.
And it shows that they definitely know how to work their way around it. I mean, some of these setups where you have 𝘰𝘯𝘯 watching for something as he tries to execute onto C, Execute marking a lot of these positions where he just
Sih nggak
knows,
WP.
whether or not it's his brother
Enggak,
who's going to show
aku
up
lagi
or,
dapet
you know,
nih.
some of
Lagi
the other
mager
players.
banget.
Aku juga lagi. Tos dong.
There's still a
Oh,
little
kita
bit
masih hari
of
pertama.
an adjustment period.
Oh, gua udah
Yeah,
tiga
there's very
tiga
few
keempat.
rounds that T1 was
Oh,
completely
gue hari
fooled.
pertama udah kayak mau
Pinter.
mati
They
sih.
read things
Iya sih
pretty
benar.
well for the most part. Took some pretty
Makanya mager
spectacular
nih.
plays
Hari
from
kedua.
PRX.
Hari kedua, wah,
Dislodge,
Mager
execute.
banget.
bakal kacau sih hari kedua.
He's having a phenomenal half. Sia player 12 and 8, Rossi 11.
Yang lo disuruh tinggal sama Bibi kalau Jakarta. Anjir, mau sih. Bener juga.
So,
Menarik.
you gotta like what you're seeing for
Ini gua
T1.
mukbang ya.
And now over to the
Adalah
international side.
dirumorkan orang Korea gitu, Ci.
It's the side you're gonna
Oh,
win.
yang kamu belajar, yang kamu ngobrol sama Pape.
Iya, katanya mau jadi BRRQ.
Orang Korea bener.
Aduh, beneran asli. Aduh,
Aku delay, what the fuck?
Able to trade off
30
bridging.
terus 98.
Aku nontonnya kamu punya YouTube aja.
Now the other side, marking pillar.
Salah, aku buka 2.
Able to capture onto 𝘭𝘂𝑰𝑗𝑚. Might freak on the other side.
Aduh,
Nice,
nice
Aron.
banget.
Peeks out at the right time, but goes into
Chill,
the
aduh,
reload.
nice try.
And Rossi just
Itu anjir,
capitalizes
nice banget.
something now with the swings, and all of a sudden Rossi, cold and
Bisa, Ci, ini
alone,
bisa,
feels
bisa.
pressure, needs
Comeback
to get
is
the
real.
strike down at the very
Bisa.
least. He has
Duo
to fight
Susanto
for it.
carrying Pacific.
PRX has the numbers.
Anjir.
Gonna be grabbed by Devi, able to get a
Rossi
big
lagi,
chunk
Rossi
of
lagi.
That could be a very important factor into how this round plays out.
Bukan.
Gak mungkin kalah kan,
Salah,
2 lawan
salah.
1. Aduh, jauh banget.
Salah.
Now they realize, uh-oh.
Terbalik, Bang.
Wow. Okay. So if you were in Rossi's shoes in this very situation,
Halo,
you set the
Nabila.
trend which PRX might take to rotate over back onto C.
Halo, Jay.
He's gonna make use of this. There were some pings
Oh,
across
what?
the map.
It's gonna hear the footsteps.
Raweh,
so
Mian.
less
Wah,
than-
ya anjing. Anjir, selebar itu kah? Anjir, itu udah Ferrari pick aja jauh banget.
Strafes
Ente
all
menang
the
ini.
way
Ini
over
comeback,
to the
bro.
right. Let's Devi.
What the fuck,
Anjir,
dilariin
kocak.
sama something.
Salah
Trying to keep
terima.
up with that.
Itu udah bukan topeng
It's hard,
lagi,
man.
anjir.
I
Anjir.
mean, you expect
Jauh,
him to
bener,
stop,
jauh.
right, at some point,
Yeah.
but he just keeps going. You expect him to try to shoot back. You know, you got to stop to get the aim steady to this game.
Ketawa langsung anjir, Ilya.
He knows it.
We're having fun.
That's all according to
Emang.
plan there. He's like, I'm just gonna keep going,
Eh,
Devi.
oke.
You swing
Lamborghini peak.
on the back of it if there's
Bagus
contact.
ya yang
You get
ini
the
ya,
kill.
stage-nya.
Iya, bagus sih, Ci.
Heeh.
Aku juga suka.
Good shot.
Kayak clean gitu.
Heeh.
Bit of a tech
Biasa ini kan muter gitu ya, yang ini enggak.
Players
Iya,
trying
yang
to
bulat.
correct their equipment or audio issues.
Tapi yang kemarin katanya emang
But for now,
Apa?
aku nggak tahu sih ini
PRX
agensi yang
coming back
kemarin atau
in
bukan.
with his
Nah, agensi yang
pistol.
kemarin
They're now
tuh
8-5, able to buy
katanya
back up
emang
on the next.
kan si Riot kan biasa ngurus sendiri kan.
Oh,
Terus kemarin tuh pakai
Sorry, on the
agensi.
defending side, I think
Oh.
it's
Agensi
that-
yang
it's that
kemarin
Pacific
tuh
thing.
yang kick off itu tuh
During
nggak biasa
Pacific,
ngurusin
things are pushing
event
out
e-sport.
defense.
oh.
Jadi mereka tuh biasa ngurusin.
First timer.
No, you're absolutely right.
Ya, jadi mereka biasa tuh ngurusin idol-idol gitu loh katanya.
Lah, kocak.
Ada idol yang manggung di stage
I
gitu
mean, this is what
live.
makes Pacific so
Nah,
fun.
jadi kayak baru pertama kali ngurusin
We're a
event
little
e-sport
off the
jadi
rails.
banyak
And that's a
Oke.
good thing. I mean,
Tapi
come on.
kayak tempatnya lebih kecil ya.
Two out of the top 3
Kenapa?
teams in Madrid.
Tempatnya lebih
were Pacific.
kecil.
Yeah.
Iya, iya.
I mean, it works for us, all right?
Ada nih tonton di stage langsung kah?
Waiting for the one
Ada
team
nanti sama
to
Cimomo.
possibly Shanghai or
Eh,
Champions Korea.
gue lihat ya, Lik.
It's happening.
Apa?
Timeline-nya kok dia sampai
This is
September
all
ya?
right. I'm just coming out there, going with the big prediction.
Apanya?
Either
Champion ya?
Shanghai or it's Seoul.
Di kalendernya.
There
Kamu tau
will
gak sih yang
be
kayak ada
a
Januari,
Pacific
Februari
team that
sampai
flips the
September
trophy
kan?
this year.
Lah, kan kemarin udah
Just
cek.
saying.
Cuman sampai
Iya, iya,
Oktober
aku juga udah
doang.
cek sampai tanggal 25
Whereas
Agustus.
TNA,
Tapi
Yeah. Oh, that won't come back to bite me
Bener,
at all.
kita beli tiketnya bener. Cuma aku lihat di kalender yang di mana ya?
di
I
mana?
guess we'll find out. But
Gak tau deh.
Kalender
yeah, I
fisik.
mean, apart from that, I think it's also just really lovely to
aku-
see.
Untuk apa Ci kalau RRQ nggak main?
PRX,
Kangkang sih.
although
Hai,
it's taken a
Kangkang.
bit of time, they haven't had that
Hah, what the
much
fuck?
time to adjust. They're still able
RRQ
to
kapan main?
plug and
Besok
play,
main.
go into the
Jam
game.
3 sampai 5.
Dia gak peduli ya Raki, kasih peduli kangkang
Seven
anjay.
pillars, Mind Freak tucks, hides
Oh, nih,
underneath
nih,
the
nih,
box
kamu
where
nih.
he actually
Gimana
is
ya?
able to peek out and
Di
collect
Discord
on
atau
a
di
few more kills.
WA?
Yeah, there's these extra layers to what PRX does that makes them so tricky, right? Because
Buat Min, apa sih?
it feels like
Kagak
they're
cuy.
Lihat deh.
playing
RRQ nomor
WPS,
1 bro.
obviously
Cok.
that's their motto, but they actually kind of don't at the same time.
Oh iya ya?
Do you know what I mean? Like someone's gonna WP at you, but you're
Anjir.
really behind it. Like, you can see in that pistol round, right?
Oke, good
Somebody's
lah.
pushing way out
Supaya
there,
bisa ketemu
but he's
Kangkang.
quick to react, to be like,
Lamaan.
I overdid it.
Hihihihi.
What the fuck? What do you mean?
Jadi kakak apa RRQ? RRQ lah.
Weh.
Kalau nggak ada RRQ gue nggak bisa ke Korea guys.
Kelas.
Tapi ke Koreanya untuk Kangkang.
On this team, and it kind of makes me a little bit upset in a way because there's actually quite a bit going on.
Udah wisuda gak sih? Belum. Desember wisuda gue.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good analogy.
Sidangnya Mei. Iya.
Loh, kamu kan emang udah
I was
sidang?
gonna say a duck.
Ada dong.
Now ducks are like really smooth on top of the water, and it looks like they're
Udah
just,
sidang.
you know,
Ada dong.
underneath.
Kenapa nggak ada?
But
Oh enggak,
underneath
maksud
they're
aku kamunya udah
actually
sidang belum?
Oh belum Mei sih.
That's not good enough.
Oh
Take
Mei.
it, actually. Or you know, there's that picture of the iceberg where like underneath,
Yes.
yeah, there's actually a lot
It
more.
looks shallow, but it's actually quite deep. I think that's better. I like yours better.
Precisely. Nah, I like the duck because ham quack.
That's fair. You know, it didn't even occur to me until just now.
But yeah, I mean, that's exactly what PRX has, but whether or not they can actually convert that pistol
Bener
win
kok
into
sampai
even
tanggal
more
25
rounds,
Agustus.
that's still something that we have yet to see, because another thing that they're
kalau
always known to
global
do
gitu,
is to sometimes overheat a little bit too much. T1
Oh,
definitely shows
siap.
that, you know, today they have a lot of these set plans, they have a lot of counter strategies and prepared against PRX.
And T1 is happy to brawl too. Like, if that's what it comes down to, then
Lulus lah sidangnya ya Tuhan, lulus amin Tuhan.
just as capable mechanically.
Jangan
So,
gitu mulut tuh ya
it's
jelek
just
ya.
a matter of getting yourself in the right places at the right time, reading things correctly. So the first half, absolutely they had a good read on it. Absolutely, this is a map that T1 has always been favoring since this new roster was put together. You can see why. And I mean, obviously, 𝑧𝘰𝘯𝘓's a big part of it on that chamber. He has so many
Min ada anak gunung, iya. Dia yang pertama tahu.
I'm thinking maybe some other
Anak gunung.
teams will look into it.
Males squishy, telat.
I mean, you can really see how
Halo
they make use
Cemomo,
of that
kata
operator a
Gabriel.
lot, chamber
Hai,
especially.
Gabriel.
And
Gua berdoa lah siapa yang bilang
always
lulus.
talking about how we
Tahu
want to see
cuy,
more teams pick
jelek
up
mulut
chamber,
lu.
maybe 𝘰𝘰𝘮𝑗 back on it. We haven't seen it so far, but 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮 is one of these players alongside 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘬𝘦 who have definitely
makin kurus
shown
ya
us
apa karena pakai baju itu?
how to make use of
Wah.
this, how to use that rendezvous
Masa sih?
and trademark.
Amin.
He
Iya.
really puts himself
Kurus banget.
in these positions where he
Aw.
marks a lot of
Apa
these
gara-gara
angles,
Batman
and
udah
it
mau
makes it
mati?
a little bit oppressive for some of the PRX players.
Aku besok Batman. Aku lulus.
Gila yuk Batman terus ya.
Ih, tapi kan kemarin udah hampir 2 minggu nggak main.
Oh gara-gara show ya.
Iya, sama kuliah.
It's hard. Yeah.
Jadi liburan ini kita Batman terus. Cuma lama
Eventually
Batman.
you're gonna run out of utility. You know what I mean?
Nggak ada
If
temennya.
𝑧𝘰𝘯𝘓 is
Aku.
Aku main Batman.
there just isn't
Oh iya?
enough utility
Kan kamu
available
doang, aku
around
nggak
to deal
kenal
with
yang
him.
lain.
That being
Ya
said,
dulu
I
aku main
still
Batman
felt like there were a few
seminggu
opportunities for
sekali lah
PRX.
minimal.
A little bit
Anjay,
more, try to
gas
throw
nggak
them
sih?
whatever, that's neither
Terus
here nor there.
gara-gara MPL kan kadang
Yuk, mau ikut besok.
I mean, obviously, yeah, Laz is the person that
lagi
comes to mind.
dapet tahu,
He's still kind of
mager
doing the
aja.
same
Iya, bener
things that
juga.
T1 does. Throw the double operator, throw it over to depth.
Mau sih kalau misalnya
Look,
kosong.
I think
Yuk,
Chambers
tapi nggak ada
gas.
temen
fine
cok.
on most maps. I think Ascent is about the only
Ini
map
kenal
where
semua
I'm just like,
kok.
well, I think you're mostly better off playing a kill
Bukan
no
rumahmu
matter
ya?
who you are.
Iya, di Puri.
It is what it is.
Oh Puri masih deket
I'll
ya.
be curious to see. I mean, Alex did
Nanti aku kabarin.
during the
Di mana
event,
segala
so
macam.
they do have a
Apa aja.
chamber somewhere.
Siapa aja kayaknya nggak akan ada yang kenal ya.
Ada. Ini kenal semua RRQ soalnya.
I think Forsaken.
Oh.
And you know, I kind of wish I had a chef.
Kalau gua nanya lulus gak, bukan bilang gak lulus. Oh ya, lulus, amin. Tapi di mana di Puri? Min gak golf lagi sama bos.
Isu ya.
Ah enggak.
Everybody in the world will lose their mind.
Bukan TO.
And that's okay. That's a good thing. I mean, because then I think, you know, well, mind.
Pantes lama nih ngomong terus.
A lot of Gecko.
Ngomong terus
So
ya.
you can
Ya
do
nggak
it
bucin
online,
aja kamu,
you can
Sam.
play chamber, you can play Jing on the Rays, something on the
Satu
Gecko,
udah
Eye on the
bucin,
Sky,
Excel bucin, Sam bucin. Tinggal Virus aja nih, semangat ya Virus.
whatever you want to do. I think that could be their bind comp. I don't know.
You never quite know, but
Buy one Batman, bukan buy one beli ya, Afuk ya.
Taiwan.
Anjing.
think, you know, how much
Beli
PRX
aja.
has prepared for this.
Main Batman sering, main
How
Halo
they're
kapan
gonna
Ascent.
get Jing back into the peak
Bener juga ya,
form.
malah
Yeah,
grinding
roster to take
Batman
on the
gue.
whole
Harus kena lagi.
VCT Pacific.
And it hasn't. And I can tell that Jing is uncomfortable.
Gak apa-apa,
Like, you can tell
Virus.
that Alex wasn't just messing around.
Enjoy. Masih muda. Kenalan yang
It
banyak.
does take a little bit of time. I
Emang
mean, I'm sure Jing is
emang
just,
Anda
you know,
bucin?
still
Oh, gua jadinya.
reacclimating back to being in a
Kagak
different
bucin sama siapa.
country, being back with the team. It's a bit of a reunion, but at the same time, there is work to be done.
Yeah.
There's that rendezvous. What a peak.
Well, it is going to be Jing with the Outlaw here. you kind of
Ibu
expect
manusia di sini,
Vandal
bro.
and Outlaw to be swapped between those two players. So kind of an interesting idea coming through. T1's going to try to flood.
Mampus. Aduh, maaf, mulut.
Berat lo emang OP
Just
sih.
in terms of preference play,
Nice banget.
the positioning that they have.
Roto, bro.
Setup as T1
Gampang
tries
itu
to
kah
barrel
flawless?
through
Oh,
with
enggak deh,
the
nggak flawless.
vine,
Sorry deh.
shovels them down.
Sorry.
It's gonna be
Min pernah
PRX
tinggal
Force
sendiri,
coming
nggak
back
pernah.
in. Now Mind Freak.
Tidak pernah.
Is this the glass cannon? We saw this earlier not go so hot for lead. And yeah,
By one, Kak.
gonna stick with it. It looks like Jinggg there, just a little bit off in that second shot.
Cakep. Nice banget.
Can be a bit of a mule.
Ya aku disuruh Marisa spam film Godzilla dari awal sampai yang terbaru.
Free available for PRX, but this might catch him a little off guard. Oh my god, that util.
Marisa, bagus Marisa.
Managed to evade all of it.
Ya apa anjir?
But it's still enough
Gak pakai shield sih.
know that primary forces of PRX are around the A site, so the go
GG
signal
Whippy.
towards C. Forsaken has to stay tucked away. He's got some of these cages, he's got some
Anjingin
trips,
gak sih?
but is it going to be enough to deal with the
Wah.
full forces of T1? Saya with the blast pack peak.
Wah, anjir kedua anjir.
Through the smoke! A bit
Ada,
of a
ada.
skewer and two hits. Just get
Something thing.
pierced.
Something is something.
Now the three of them remain.
Nice banget, Alika sudah keluar dia mah.
Into defender
Dia
spawn.
nggak tahu. Oh, dia tahu banget.
Aduh. Masuk nggak sih semua yang satu mulu nge-picknya?
Trying to be
Greget
fun,
gue
but
liatnya.
needs the rest of the team trying to come back into
Oh,
some
nice
form.
banget,
Jinggg
Jinggg.
took the patience to
Aduh, ini lagi.
breaks a little bit. Hide inside of this dark cover provided by Mind
Di
Freak.
stick,
Wah,
di
nice try,
fuse,
anjir.
let's fucking go, nice.
Nice. Bunuh dia.
Kokoron.
Nice
But you're
banget.
rewarded when PRX takes
Sih
you
kalau
to
aku punya anak,
school.
aku pengen namain Aaron.
Bonus round collected.
Enggak, ini beneran. Namanya bagus
tapi
anjir.
tapi kemarin aku juga kepikiran loh. Aku kalau bener-bener persis kemarin. Jadi aku bilang, aku kalau punya anak aku mau namain nama Jasmine.
Ah ya, sini main sama Auntie Jasmine. Kita double the J. Sini, anak kecil Momo. Ayo kita bermain.
Jadi kita
Aku
Jasmine
ajarin.
kan main sama Auntie Jasmine ya.
Aku bawa ke gereja setiap hari.
Astagfirullah. Bisa tiba-tiba ke gereja tuh.
Minggu kita ke gereja 3 kali ya, nak.
Apa
Jangan
mau jadi pendeta anak gue?
Jika tuh jangan nanti pendek. Kan Ciwoko juga pendek. Jadi bukan gara-gara gue anjir.
You know, and it's just
Kayak
great
ini ya, botol Yakult ya guys.
Bangke.
right time, but
Aduh, itu lucu banget lagi.
spent to just deal with the tripwires. They know that
Apa
Forsaken's
sih
right around the corner.
tembakannya kena semua, bagus gini mainnya, gemes deh.
Ih, what the fuck? Wah, anjir. Kalahnya sama Jinggg.
Si Izu kayak immortal anjir, nggak mati-mati.
Iya.
Down to the rest of PRX to try to
Dia loncat aja bisa.
Tuh, aduh. Lobeng gak sih?
King. Oh nice
Nice
tuh.
banget.
oh, try to seek out. Executed still out
Wah,
of that
anjir di flick.
flank, able to catch on to Mind Freak. The rest of the players from PRX still up.
Oh, miss dia.
Oh, Ilya. Ilya.
Execute already knows where to look. Jinggg feeling a bit of the pressure.
Wah,
tries
no
to
time,
hop away.
anjir.
Has the paint shells, he spends
Oh, udah
it.
boleh gila nih
Ah,
Jinggg.
nice try, anjir.
Entire site
Anjir, nice
engulfed
try.
in smoke. Izu with the stinger is the one.
Nama panjangnya nasi Aaron. Gue punya anak mau kasih nama Michelle. Ih, nggak nanya.
Katanya mau kasih nama Aaron, kok Misha?
Enggak itu, si Jay. Wah, anjir, nice banget anjir ini. Kevin. Wah, Virus kenapa? Virus kenapa lagi deh? Auntie Jasmine. Alice masih RRQ. Alisnya bisa nggak pakai S gak?
He knows again, like where to post himself up, where to
Alik
mark his
aja, Alik.
positions. He
Masih
plays
RRQ
around
gue.
the timing of the rotations, timing of the
Jinggg
peaks
lucu
from
banget,
some of
sumpah.
the,
Iya sih, mukanya emang kayak hamster.
Kayak baby face gitu loh, ngerti gak sih?
Bener-bener.
Gue sukanya kan yang berondong-berondong ya.
Ya Tuhan.
Coba acak.
Ya nggak apa-apa. Nggak apa sih. Berondong menarik ya.
Iya.
Yap.
Yap.
Yap. Baca itu Min. Ah. Min kalau melihat Sam bucin dia sering live TikTok berdua sama Doi. Oh.
He's trying to do what he can to use his paint shells to clear that space that you're talking about, but
Itu Sam.
it didn't really happen. Now you're gonna have Op, Odin,
Menarik.
Force.
Nggak apa, teruskan Sam.
For Jinggg.
Apa?
Devi has.
Harusnya virus iri.
I was like, Devi, you gotta buy there, my friend. And only a stinger.
Well,
Dia malas banget. Ngambek mulu anjay. Dengan ngambek dia.
Is that enough? You know, you can't really just
Sama anakku kok nggak kangkang lek. Jangan, namanya 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦𝘵. Bingung gue nanti, pusing gue. Aran aja anak gue. Kalau cewek namanya
Jadi Singapura.
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦𝘵. Halo Pin, Apin.
Nyangkut ya.
Tapi dia selalu nggak kena anjir ultinya. Nggak pernah kena.
Iya.
Ada sih tadi sekali.
Dia kemarin juga gitu
anjir.
deh.
Oh nice banget anjir Ilya. Pin. Nah kan Arinda kan. Arinda mau ngapain Arinda? 18-10 anjir. Ya kan? Udah tuh Alek. Gue udah 26 anjir nikah tahun ini.
Hah, kamu 26?
Iya.
Bohong anjir.
Gak lah, Cimomo dulu. Cimomo apa sih? Cimomo melahirkan Jasmine. What the fuck?
Oh, nice banget.
Oh nice banget apa ya ini?
Nice flash.
Nice
What the
banget.
fuck?
Terus kayak aku Ci kayak gitu Ci. 11-12 lah ya.
Uncle Devi getting it done there.
Gila ya, Uncle Davai.
Look, he calls himself uncle, so I'm allowed to as well. That's my logic there.
Oh.
I mean, this is just
Santai
great.
dong Arinda.
Itu Om Dapai.
Kamu jangan gitu Arinda. Kayak Alik nih bos. Gila.
Hitting the jiggle peeking something.
Anjir nice banget coy.
Flashes immediately.
Cakep.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Alex udah mau marah anjir.
Dia menang marah, kalah juga kalah. Ini marah aja.
Iya anjir makanya. Dia cuma senyum yang pas ini doang. Oh nice banget. Oh pada satu. Nice banget, ada lagi kanan bro. Nice banget, Jason anjir. Nah ini dia, bos terakhir.
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦, the only one left, comes back in to try to retrieve the spike, but he's got so many targets.
Nice banget.
That Jinggg movement. What a
Wir juga lu Min.
Love it. It's just
Siap
like
nikah.
going back home to mom's cooking, man. You know, like seeing Jinggg use that, land on a blast pack and then hit your head on a dime. Absolutely nuts. This push out on the back of these Seekers. I mean, this is what.
62 anjir.
What I love
Ya ada 62 gue. Warga 62.
On the sky is the way they
Kira masih 19 tahun nih.
saw it way clear in this half when they pushed out from A,
Lewat
followed his
jauh.
Trailblazer. That time you saw it with Seekers. He's great at setting up his duelists with flashes, setting up himself with flashes. Just such a good Sky player is Devi.
Strong individual players all across, and yeah, everyone knows how to work off of it. This is why this team works so well.
Nice banget. Wah anjir. Wah, nice banget di cover ini. Greget gue liatnya Ci.
Spike dropped and it's T1
Udah
not
di ujung
able to
kansnya Odin.
quite commit into
Geli
this.
gue anjir.
They're gonna have to change directions. I don't really think you want to mess with this C site, but they may think about waiting it out, seeing if they can get some rotates out of PRX. PRX, they can be a little bit antsy, but they can spread themselves a little bit thinner. They can
Kalau
put
nggak bisa lewatkan kalau PRX main ekspresinya Alex. Yuk Valo siap ini Lek. Ih nggak main gue, udah 3 amat meja saya player.
You still have to from the shadows if things don't look great, but
Dia mainnya
that's why I
begini.
think part of the reason that PRX is spreading the map like they are.
Aneh-aneh ini emang orang Valo. Ya Tuhan Yesus.
Paid over there, Saya player. Fast kill on
Tahan yuk.
Great punish.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds now. They have to go in. But
Mampus lu. Mam. Aaron nih bos anak gue. Nanti Ci.
Oh nanti.
Nanti 5 tahun lagi. Boleh. Nanti Alex buka toko nggak nanti? Ah nggak mau Arinda. Nggak mau. Kamu beli nggak? Kalau kamu nggak beli, kamu buka toko Arinda. Rin, panggil Rin aja deh. Main Valo udah nggak main 2 tahun. Gue juga udah nggak main sih. Jarang pol. Sama siapa Lik? 5 tahun lagi sama Kangkang. Sampai Kangkang menang ini, menang champion.
cheeky
Nggak
purchase.
boleh gila.
It's all across half
Lah maksudnya apa? Maksud kamu apa, Ci?
Sorry.
The toxic screen, you know, might just give them a bit of
Waduh, nice banget.
leg room, but
Waduh.
try stop draft away, but not too bad with the stinger. 𝘰𝘯𝘯 will be able to gun him down.
Wah, rese nih anjir ultinya.
Wow, committing into this. Side player down to 5 HP though, they have to be a little bit careful. At least the trails will alert them as to where some of these PRX players are
Ulti, oh nice banget.
but they had no idea.
Nggak sih?
A couple more coming through the door.
Nice banget. Nice banget.
Unfortunately, not quite able
Comeback,
to
Ci.
secure
GG.
it.
GGWP.
They had the
Bapaknya
vibe
siapa?
up and everything, and
Adalah
you could
nanti.
see the idea that they wanted to go
Nonton
for, but
sampai habis ya guys ya.
unfortunately,
Halo
just
Marisa
not
Cebol.
quite able
Parah lu, halo Marisa cantik.
from PRX.
Well, and I think that's part of what
Nice
PRX is
banget.
waiting for their
Parah nih
timing on
bos.
this retake flood. They know that they're trying to get that Viper's Pit online, so they know who's planting it. They know what the idea is, and then there's that timing after he plants it where he has to throw the Viper's Pit down. That takes a couple seconds. That's a perfect opportunity to exploit the timing there. That's just
Rabu ya,
brilliant.
Ci.
That's really smart from PRX,
Giwaku.
guys. That's not just random. That's like
Apa?
they
Bisa nggak?
knew what they were
Rabu
doing there.
Gikaku.
We say that it's aggression, and yeah,
Rabu.
it's definitely not random.
Berapa sih?
Already
10 ya?
so cognizant and aware
Yeah.
of what T1 are about to do.
Boleh?
The Nightfall, I think, was the signal, and Mindfreak was just in position.
Gasken.
Puri ya?
T1 having
Yeah,
some
boleh.
shots now. They've lost their lead.
Boleh.
They've had some great rounds in this first half, but on to the attack. I mean, how do you deal with it?
Titip pudingnya dong, Min. Aduh gila udah amat gua makan puding es krim, Ci.
Nggak usah disebut guys. Nanti dia pesan pudingnya lebih banyak daripada es krimnya anjir. Itu es krim lebih banyak ya? Es krim ya kamu ya kemarin minta. Oh dia taruh camp di situ.
Enggak, kemarin tuh kemarin tuh pesan puding es krim, pudingnya terus ternyata nggak terlalu manis kalau nggak ada es krim, jadi pesan lagi es krimnya. Kayak gitu deh harusnya. Kok malah comeback, bagus dong. Kan kita bocil PRX.
This is what they need to do. This is exactly what they need to do.
Good ideas from 𝘰𝘯𝘯𝘵, yes.
Tapi T1 nih
Collecting the orb. PRX has no choice but to let them.
kopium pepes kopiumnya bukan kopium apa namanya?
Apa?
He's going to be left as the anchor over here to
Apa
try to
nih?
buy a little bit of attention.
Nggak tahu sih.
He's looking
Apa
for that
sih?
pick. He would love to get that. And then he can
Nggak
maybe
bisa beralih ke Fury.
really sell this fake.
Apa?
I'm thinking about people.
Musuh buyutan.
Bukan kayak dia tuh selalu kalah ketemu PRX doang.
Satchels
Iwan.
away. PRX hears it.
Iya.
They
Oh.
react.
Bahasanya aku
Mindfreak
lupa
instantly
anjir.
goes over onto Baby Door just to check.
Lupa.
Still a little bit worried about something with this judge.
Skip execute, let's go Jason, parah anjir.
Airstream's back in.
Mau tau lagi ya Ci kalau dapet jodoh.
Then I am so nervous.
I can tell. It's okay.
Spike planted.
Kan udahan live-nya belum dong, kan WP kocak.
Oh no.
Now he got a lot of cover.
Oh my god. So lucky.
Udah
Rosa
mati, Cok.
anjir.
Dodge it.
Dia
But he knows he has
pendekan
to
ya?
watch out for a Saya player still. T1.
Lah, execute segila anjir.
Off of
Wah
Autumn's
gila.
strat
Ini
call.
juga lagi segila.
𝘰𝘯𝘯𝘵
Wah, anjir.
executing it. Everyone pushing up forward now. They have
Gak bisa
the
gak sih
sight.
1v3 anjir?
Bisa anjir.
It's gonna run out of time.
Slow and
Awan.
steady
Dengeran.
default into A, and it just works out well. Something, yeah. I mean, he's got the judge
Something
anyway, so it's not the
about
worst thing in the world. Blaze Storm already popped. Might as well
nice
try to go for
anjir.
some kills, but
Halo.
T1, great adjustments coming through.
Exactly what I wanted to see.
Felix, diam Felix ya.
Coach Autumn, I really highly rate him and the way that he works with this team, the way he gets them into the right places. Sometimes they kind of lose their heads a bit. Now he's like, wait a minute, guys. Hold on. We don't need to play into PRX's game. We don't need to be dragged
Tiba-tiba
down
ada
to the mud.
virus.
You know, we need to kind of rise above it all, keep our feet dry, and play a bit more of a consistent game. It works that time. Now, what's going to be the adjustment for PRX? Well, take a little bit of a space here. This isn't super unusual, obviously. Now, something with an operator getting this deep, a little tough. It's being accounted for in some respects by T1. You can see a few of their players in spawn, sort of waiting this out. But how much further is something willing to go?
Oh, nice banget anjir ya.
Just as the smoke drops too.
Nice
Perfectly
banget.
timed.
Ayo kabur, Udah Jason,
All up around C, Saya player just trying to do the same thing that he did before in case PRX pushes out.
Oh.
But nobody's found.
Ih, hampir Ci.
A bit of stray, trace around
Tipis banget.
spotted.
Geli banget liatnya.
PRX knows.
Nomor kurang 5
Good
doang.
positioning so far from PRX.
He was half a second away from getting that kill was Forsaken. If he had pulled that trigger just a little bit
Lagi
sooner,
ya, Jason.
he might have found one. Already seen a couple
Carpe, hari-hari minus. Woi menangin, sabar kocak. Dikit lagi nih. Aduh, anjir, nice banget Davai anjir.
I mean,
Wah ini penuh dengan ranjaunya Jason, gila.
but Carpe is just exploring it on his own.
Gas gak sih? Cakep.
Don't want to go to A because
Oh, dia main di ujung sih.
Manas banget anjir.
no choice but to arrow through into C. That's where
Aduh ini dia. Udah las, nggak mungkin dong.
But when it comes down to it,
Aduh,
Sabar
aduh,
gak
aduh.
sih, Jing?
running out of space.
Bareng gak sih? Nice banget.
Tries to thread the needle, but
Yuk, keluarin yuk.
catches him in
10-13, let's go.
Yeah, and it's great counter moves here from PRX.
Anjir.
They're just like, wait,
Jago bener ya orang-orang
play
ya.
a little bit more patient. Let's keep our information game in check. Let's make sure we have all of our bases covered. Don't give them the ability to over-rotate. That's part of why they push A.
Chill gak sih Jay, menang,
So they have that
menang.
information, so they know that they don't have to commit
Ditinggal
to
comeback
anything else.
gini
They can, so
PRX.
they can hang on.
Emang dia panas telat anjir.
You know he's probably going to be on the edge. So you know you can stay at C. The
Ya kayak streamer ya, maksud lo
change
apa?
up in the tripwires there for Forsaken also very good because it caught
Fokus
the
12
landing
nih.
zone of Saya, gave him a free kill.
Enggak dong, 13-10 lah.
it's precisely like you said. But
Udah
right
ya
now,
nggak sih?
T1 going back to those lurks that we wanted to see
Oh,
from
anjir.
X-Script before.
Iwan nih.
Gak ada duit.
Operator
He's
versus
mean.
operator. Well, not an operator this time. But
Ya Tuhan
a
Yesus.
bit of a lurk. T1 trying to work the map.
Done a good job of keeping something off balance with that operator for the most part, other than that previous round.
Comeback is real.
Clear. The chamber utility is something. Now he's just going to hold the angle. And so you know it's not beast. You can kind of put 2-2, right? You know it's not going to be coming beast. You can hold 2A, 2C, or wherever you feel like they're going to go. In fact, they're making a great read here. Jing already making his way over to A.
Yeah.
Duh, bagus banget
PRX is
Davai.
really controlling the map, but how can T1 really work their way around this? They don't want to explore B all too much. Now kind of planted their feet firmly in the sand for A site.
Deket banget ya monitornya si Aaron.
Carefully clear and check every
Emang dulu segitu ya? Kayak dulu nggak gitu deh.
tree going through.
Aduh, nice lah, nice trade. Nice banget. Lagi, nice banget. GG guys. GG. Iya udah kosong lah. Biar cepet. Nice guys. Nice boys. Top 3 siapa Ci? Grup A sama grup Omega. Top 3 siapa menurut ya? Top 3 yang lolos. Top 3. Playoff.
Playoff kenapa?
2 grup. Grup 1
1-2-nya siapa?
Jinggg, iya. 1-2-3 yang lolos.
1 sama 2 kan yang lolos?
1 sama 2 tiap.
3 ya, top 3.
Iya, top 3.
Oh,
top 3 cuma
aku top 3-nya.
Ya.
Kalau Alpha udah pasti Genji sih.
Benar.
Genji. Kayaknya Genji secret T1 feelingku.
Ya, benar. Setuju. Blit
Kalau
juga.
Omega di PRX dong.
Aduh, Ci itu udah kalau aja nggak sih?
PRX dong.
Si Zes masuk ke Blit anjir, pertama kok.
Si siapa?
Zes. Ditransfer ya?
Emang iya?
Iya, tadi main di Blit.
Tadi main.
Kaget kalah lagi.
Kapan ditransfer aja?
Nggak tahu.
Zes tuh kurang cok sebenarnya.
Iya. PRX, RRQ nggak sih? Sama PRX. Susah kah? Lawannya,
gue liat.
Lawannya nggak harusnya tuh RRQ tuh di kiri, Ci. biar lebih
Bisa
enak.
sih kalau dia orang lawan Talon menang. Talon sama Zeta.
Talon sama Zeta.
Aku lupa Talon isinya siapa ya?
Talon sih, ini
Governor
Governor,
ya?
iya, Governor.
Enggak, kayak Talon susah deh. Kayaknya DRX, PRX, Zeta feelingku. RQ. RQ udah nggak ada si Estrella ya?
Masih? Kenapa
Masih
nggak
ya?
ada?
Apa nggak main? Main nggak sih? Main ya?
Main?
Kemarin dia main ya?
Kan lu main.
Tukerannya sama, enggak, maksud aku yang
tukerannya cuma bisa sama si
kan?
James. Enggak, James bahkan nggak main kemarin.
Iya, James 7 kan?
Iya. Enggak,
berarti
dia
yang main kemarin
Estrella
Aku lupa, Cok.
Si James tamat.
Eman ya yang cabut, Eman ya?
Eman cabut, IJ cabut. Udah itu doang.
IJ udah nggak ada yang usah dianggap lah.
Anjir, jahat banget.
Sorry.
Nggak boleh terlalu jujur.
RRQ masih on off sih menurutku.
Tanyain Cimomo PRX apa RRQ? Ya PRX lah dia.
PRX lah.
Gila, nanya lagi.
Kalau Valo sih masih jauh RRQ menurut gua. Harus ngambil player star sih.
Aduh.
Soalnya RRQ ini masih jagonya top 3 Indonya doang. Sama Jemkin paling. Estrella masih on off dia, kadang jago, kadang kagak.
Setuju. Jemkin jago sih tapi.
Tapi Talon bisa lolos juga sih, Talon
bisa.
Pokoknya slot ketiganya antara Talon, Zeta udah feelingku.
Tadi ngebantai kok akhirnya. Ngebantai si Blip.
Iya.
RRQ bang. Mantan BTR juga lu. Salting kalah, grup Alpha main 1 semua. Iya Jir. Gue bilangin kocak.
Tapi grup Omega tuh grup neraka, Cok. Gila. Aneh banget Genji bisa di sono sendiri, dapatnya yang gampang-gampang anjir, global.
Iya, makanya.
Dapat Blitz.
Enak kan?
Apa sih? Iya anjay.
Ini makanya udah pasti secured banget ini mah T1.
Tapi kalau ya at least misalnya kalau RRQ di Alpha ya nggak ada Genji, atau at least ada Genji lah, mereka bisa lolos top 3.
Bisa. Nah, kalau misalnya RRQ di kiri ini bisa nih top 3.
Iya,
bisa masuk.
Ya, at least lu global lu taruh di Omega lah, tukeran sama
ada PRX.
Lah.
PRX, ada DRX, ada Talon. Zeta nggak tahu nih, lagi main gimana nih Zeta. Dulu dia pernah juara 2 kan, Ci? Zeta?
Pernah. Waktu udah lama banget itu.
Iya, itu lama sih. Mana ya?
Itu waktu dia
ini
juara 3 Reykjavik.
juara 3.
Kalau yang di Jepang masternya iya.
Nggak masuk itu ya PRX ya? Reykjavik.
Yang mana
Kalah kan?
Ada laut yang menang. PRX-nya kalah, masuk. Tapi juara 4. Kalahnya sama Zeta.
Iya. Anjir. Bain nih. Menang lah ya. Mapnya PRX.
Menang lah ini. Bawa Yoru.
Ngomongin siapa nih?
On the other hand, Coach Autumn didn't enter the Korean desk.
Something main itu siapa namanya?
Gheko. Jinggg
He was happy to see
main
Genji
mantap lah,
make it to
udah
the top 3, but
gas.
they also
Kalau ideal.
feel they're a stronger team than Genji. And we kind of know what happened between Genji and PRX.
Kalau di Alpha tetap susah nggak sih lawan DRX PRX Zeta? Loh, enggak, kan di kanan. Enggak, justru makanya RRQ pindah kiri gitu, justru satu ke kanan, jadi lebih gampang gitu.
Sama global Gua sama global sama yang susah dikit.
T1 boleh. Itu mah enak Ci yang di kiri. Jinggg goreng-goreng anjir.
Genji, RRQ. Ya udahlah, kasih siapalah Secret, Blip boleh lah.
Secret lah lebih keras daripada ini. Tapi kok Secret 0-2 ya, dibantai siapa kemarin?
Kalah sama si ini kemarin.
Zeta.
T1 ya?
Talon. Bukan, Talon sama ini Blip. Talon Blip di RX ya?
Sama DRX ya? Enggak dong.
Apa sih kemarin?
Zeta ya?
Oh, Zeta.
Aku lupa sih jujur.
Enggak. Sama DRX 2-0 ini. DRX-nya 2. DRX 2.
Kemarin.
Iya, kemarin. Secretnya kosong. Gue juga gak nonton sih. Kalau underestimate RRQ? Enggak, bukan underestimate. Gue tuh pengen nonton aja sekali-sekali gitu RRQ ke playoff anjir. Capek gue. Dukungnya cuma bentar doang anjir. Bukan gitu guys.
Host Korea makin lama makin seksi ya, gue liat bajunya.
Mana?
Iya cok,
Gak ada.
yang hari pertama kemarin.
Oh, gue gak liat. Gak nonton.
Aku baru liat nih,
Cak banget nih yang ini.
Iya, Minji.
Gak tau.
Siapa sih namanya, gue lupa.
Bener.
Salah ya, maaf.
Ini Ci, nanti kalau Korea beli si penguin.
Sumpah, gue mau beli yang banyak sih.
Nggak usah boros dah lu.
Gue mau beli yang si... Kalau tau nggak di tactical bear-nya itu yang sekarang nih, yang lagi ngobrol, yang host lagi ngobrol, tactical bear-nya lebih gede daripada yang sekarang, Cok. Kamu lihat deh, ada nggak tactical bear-nya? Di sofa sebelah kiri host, iya. Itu lebih gede loh ukurannya. Tuh,
daripada
gendut.
Oh, iya mau itu.
Aku mau yang itu.
Kok jelek sih?
Aku nggak mau. What the fuck? What do you mean?
Kayak anjing jelek banget.
Penguinnya, aku nggak beli penguin. Kamu beli penguin?
Iyalah, aku pakai ininya, pakai bannernya.
Ini pacarnya si ini kan, Alex kan?
Oh ini?
Iya, cabi.
What kind of agent picks? We've seen
Nggak tahu.
various iterations. We saw the kickoff.
Nggak ngikutin.
Victoria itu kan?
Victoria Secret. Oh, bukan
a double
WH,
duelist
sorry.
coming from PRX. And T1, are we also going to see a double duelist from them? How you guys feeling about this?
Itu awalnya Alpha bisa enggak. Oh iya, tapi kan yang lolos dulu. Yang penting lolos dulu. Yang penting lolos dulu, terus nanti baru berantem. Lebih ke fakta sih, Lik. Ya, maksudnya kan kalau dikasih gampang, kenapa pilih yang susah, bro?
Apa sih DRX lawan Secret aja tipis-tipis angkanya?
Pertama nih DRX lagi turun banget gak sih?
Iya.
Kok cakep-cakep hostnya main? Iya, cakep-cakep emang. Ini Valorant nih, pinter nih nyari caster. Welcome back my lord. Gila banyak banget yang suka Jinggg ya.
Cute tau, dia tuh cute banget. Terus udah gitu
Cuti patuti ya.
Cool gitu. Diem aja.
Bener sih, senyum-senyum doang. Nanti Diva aku suruh ajak mabar. Oh Ci, main apa ya? Diva ajak lo mabar ya? Si virus.
Besok ada kill lawan Secret.
Oh, caster ML nggak cakep-cakep, cakep. Cimo nomor 1, gila.
Udah maju sini.
Kok gitu?
Ada yang bilang gue jelek.
Enggak ada. Gila, buta kali.
Gila.
Enggak, Ci. Enggak pakai Gecko.
Oh iya, beda loh.
Dia pakai Reina aja.
Oh beda soalnya si
udah ada Jinggg ya?
Jasonnya nggak pakai.
Ya, Harbor dia, Jason. Gak ada ini ya? Gak ada flanker ya?
Mana
Lurker.
mereka?
Apa sih namanya? Sentinel.
W Gaming bro.
Gak ada ya, anjir. Tapi sering tau, sering kena flank. PRX.
Mereka tuh intinya tuh asal kita dapat set udah asal kita dapat set plan udah bebas. Post plannya urusan
Let's go
belakang.
PRX, let's go. Dia mau gemoy. Real, no fake. Lik udah dapat BO orang ya. Wah, kurang tahu ya gue ya.
Main Reina. Udah mau kali dia main Gecko.
Emang tiap tim ada masanya Lik, tapi kapan masanya RRQ? Janganlah begitu. Ini dapet ini nanti besok main menang.
Bang, kameranya salah bang. Itu accurate bang. Emang ada bengkalnya sih tapi.
Ya Tuhan, nice banget anjir Jason. What the fuck? Dia beli ini. Si Arif.
Camnya salah, Pak Produser. Nah tuh baru benar.
Lain semua ya? Aduh. Kecil bro. Susah sih. Mampus, aduh lo anjir. Kill dulu, cakep. Nice banget. Satu lagi dalam smoke, Brang. Brang lagi, Bang. Oh, nice banget, anjir.
Kamu delay ya?
Aku delay ya?
That was so close, dude. Buy enough time to get that
Berapa sih?
round over. But I like the way
Stop ya.
PRX plays this because
Iya udah. Ada masuknya.
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮 does a great job here.
Belum, Min. Bye-bye.
What time you can. I mean, this shot on the
26. Betul, lagi replay, iya.
Still nasty that flick.
Bingung mau top up di RRQ, top up apa Fruity Store. Udah, Fruity Store dulu aja. Gue 3 hari lagi kelar.
The paint shells connect for Jinggg.
Enggak. Fruity Store nomor 1 menurut gue.
3 hari kelar
And that makes it so tough when you're coming
Kontraknya.
you're expecting your opponents to usually come through alley on that. And they were so fast to rotate with paper.
Anjir, oke lah.
Full confidence from PRX and they just
Di Mocan Store murah. Oh, yang Mocan Store juga boleh. Jangan itu off stream aja guys.
Saya suka
Off stream aja lah anjir.
Saya suka streamer ini. Gak jadi anjir.
Streamer detik.
What could happen in the next round? Once again, you always need to watch out for the outlaw. Jingg's already marking A short.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a bit of a 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦 play with that judge for the Reyna potentially. Kind of doing up with Mayan Freak actually. Try to control that space. Curious to see how that util is going to stack up if that's what they go for. During our classic short exercise this time. Very short. Everybody very happy.
Awesome. Good job, Paper Thin. You pressed the right button.
I did. We're no longer Pacific.
Alright, a bit of a sky smoke. But it's that toxic screen that allows them to walk straight through lamps. Along with Poison Cloud. A bit of a hop over.
Oh, nice banget anjir
Jinggg has
Jin.
the right positions to play along with paint
Nice banget. Anjir. Anjir, 1 HP lagi. Anjir, Ci. Dijudge dari 5 meter anjir. Anjir, kocak banget. Cuma 1 HP anjir.
The pace at which Jinggg can play the game is outrageous. The way he
Oh,
handles that tough
Kryptonite League
situation
namanya.
is truly impressive. With an outlaw
Kryptonite. Namanya Kryptonite. Baru tau aku.
Jadi Kryptonite itu kalau misalnya kayak 𝘧𝘰𝘯𝘓 nih
Gak pernah menang.
Gak pernah menang lawan PRX. Nah, PRX ini Kryptonite-nya si 𝘧𝘰𝘯𝘓 kayak gitu.
Oh, I see. Oke. Menarik.
Jadi misalnya DFM gak pernah menang lawan siapapun, semua tim di Pasifik nih. Nah, semua tim itu Kryptonite-nya. Iya.
Anjir. Lucu.
So as we head on over into the next round now, we've got the full buy coming through. A good little bit of harbor utility. Trying to peek out alongside the flash, trying to play along with the timing of it, but T1 a little bit more prepared.
Yeah, I like the way they try that, using that cove to cut off that far left-hand angle from their perspective to try to isolate a player. It almost works for 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮. You know, trying to use, they got weaker guns, trying to see if they can at least get even.
Jaga banget Jing ya. Gila ya, kenapa lu dukung PRX? Soalnya Indonya lebih banyak. 2 biji. Tapi enggak sih, ya fun aja sih menurut gua. Jason konsisten gitu, seru aja. Anjir, nice banget. Kikis ekonomi mereka. Mampus. Aduh, nice try anjir. Almost gak sih?
Bonus.
Very good.
Ih, timing banget ya.
Anjir, harusnya cabut gak sih? Anjir, nice banget. Nice banget sih anjir.
Nice bonus, cok.
Enggak ya, mahal anjir.
Nice.
Andal apaan? Baru ya? Phantom. Phantom apaan tadi? Gimana kabar monyet ya? Katanya streamer sekarang. Jadi apa dia? Megang siapa? Megang PRX.
Something gets up into 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮. Not only does he get a kill, but he knows he's got him stuck in tubes.
Siapa 𝘰𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮?
He knows that
Siapa?
he can do
Ini
a
T1.
lot of damage there.
T1?
Maybe even get him
Apa 𝘰𝘰𝘮𝘮?
stuck on the
Ini kayaknya si
Karpe.
saya deh.
Oh saya?
really smart stuff from him.
Karpe gak ngapa-ngapain.
PRX will
Overrain.
on the rounds
Karpe
win,
deh.
doesn't feel
Bagus bener,
great.
Karpe ya?
Going for a hitter against that Poison Cloud. What?
Anjir, what the fuck?
Saji, Jason, what the hell?
Wah, ego pick Jason.
And again, how many multi-kills have we seen today from him?
Udah Ci tadi dikasih ya Tuhan, masa dikasih lagi.
So
Lagi
confident in
dong.
it.
Kesian
Once he gets
musuhnya
one, it
anjir.
feels like he's guaranteed to get at least one more, if not two.
Monyet digoreng sama Wilson. Parah anjir
Seen it so
Wilson
many
emang.
times already today.
Kenapa sih Son?
He's so crisp with that Vandal.
Jago banget ya Arinda ya. Kamu nggak main Valorant Arinda?
Now they can no longer execute it.
Ngecit. Jago banget sih. Emang ngeri.
Bisa ya.
I mean, I was just thinking
Kalau saya bisa kayak
Carpe had his
Lengket gitu ya pala ya?
something
Iya
with
anjir.
it.
Kamu mainnya pakai Vandal atau pakai Phantom?
Vandal.
The best laid plans
Oh.
often don't come to fruition.
Phantom nyambunnya kadang nggak ada akok anjir sih.
You've got Devi, he's gonna get the
Phantom
info.
sering
So
149
they know at
momen.
least one of the remaining two is here, and they can
Bener.
just kind of
Setuju. Gak sih jantung
out a little bit.
Oh ya sih benerin.
Sight in half, but
Jangan.
little do they know,
Tapi
Gak baik untuk
bingung
jantung
ya.
anjir.
they know that there's a player
Orang-orang lebih senang
pure
bawa
for sure.
Harbor loh.
Not enough time to do anything else.
Mungkin Jason aja gak sih?
Bukannya di bind itu Skirt jadi ikut bawa Harbor.
Oh iya ya bener juga. Tapi awalnya bukan cuma Jason doang ya?
Makes sense.
Iya, awalnya
Harbor.
cuma Jason.
Trying to play it safe for
Sebenarnya
a
awalnya
second.
gara-gara si DRX tahu bawa Harbor di Xbox kan.
Oh,
lumayan
anjir lama
annoying
banget
kali.
loh itu.
It's just Forsaken.
Yang mana yang terakhir?
Short 3 times, 3
Yang
kills.
awal-awal
He
banget
wants
yang
plans
awal-awal
completely
Nggak inget dah.
Well, one of those
Mereka yang
was
bawain
Surge
meta
Smokes.
kalau nggak tahun lalu
Yeah.
deh. Mereka yang
First
bawain
one is
yang
him
DRX-nya Mas
anticipating
jago
that
banget.
somebody's holding that angle.
Masih jago bener sih. Yang lebih tebel anjir. Sekarang
He saw the player
nangis.
with the head peeking out of the box. The smoke comes down and he still knows exactly where to
Gak
place
mau
his
anak nama
crosshair.
Jason aja.
That's what we can
Kayak
talk
Kogu
about.
dong. Kogu
How
namanya Jason.
insane his crosshair placement is.
Anjir
Kogu
kah?
ini
Anjir.
Hah?
Apa sih?
Sekolah di luar negeri ya?
Ridiculous.
Heeh.
Truly one of the
S2.
best players that we have in
Iya.
the entire game, entire
Yes.
community.
100%.
S1 S2 sih.
With the offense
Oh anjir
available
nice
now,
banget.
something just goes back
Iya,
into Rob's
udah kerja
report
dia.
away
TV
from
saya masih
T1.
bisa, Cok.
Pretty soon T1's gonna have to
Tapi kapan horor lagi? Aduh kapan-kapan dah nggak ada teman
call a
mainnya anjir.
timeout or something. They're losing confidence and not quite able to execute their plans any
Tapi
longer.
gue main horor anjir.
Rossi might have the toxic screen up. They might be able to send out a bit of a trailblazer, but how do you collect on that space? Well, the answer is going to be
Sebenarnya banyak akun horor sih.
Bit of a frenzy.
Nice banget. What the
Nice
fuck?
banget.
Anjir Aaron.
Tes dia pinter banget so.
Iya anjir.
Counter flash coming in now from
Gila ya Ci. Anjir.
Gimana ceritanya dia tahu
Gila,
bakal
Ji.
di flash coba?
Iya anjir.
The romance is back.
Udah jeda gitu kali ya karena dia langsung bolak badan anjir.
Paper
Balik
Rex
badan.
showing you different looks every
bisa
round.
sih?
It's somebody different
Tahu.
pushing from a different angle. This
What
time
the
it's
fuck?
something.
Nggak jelas banget
takes the
contoh
quick
ini.
peek out of hookah
Aaron juga
to find
ngeri
you
sih
early.
anjir.
Maksudnya kayak
Tim
timingnya
sense-nya
bisa
sakit,
dijerat
anjir.
loh.
So many
Iya.
different.
Tidak
Oh dia
satu
diputar
Ci
balik
abis
gitu terus
gitu.
ada yang ngeflick gimana?
Makanya. Kayak dia tuh yakin gitu gak sih?
Iya nih nih.
Second. I also love that you got this cove.
Nice guys.
Cove and then the
Ih lucu suaranya anjingnya Tuhan
right
Yesus.
afterwards. It's just
Irgasem.
so clean,
Gila.
so
Ih enggak
perfect.
sih Ci. Apa
How do
sih?
you dodge
Ew.
a flash like that?
Yeah, it's a little new wrinkle in the Paper
Irgasem
Rex
kamu tahu
playbook.
ngerti apa?
Using these
Tahu.
combos. Oh, setting up for Jing.
Enggak.
Ya nggak kena Jing, nggak kena mulu.
Iya Rosa ult anjir.
Yeah, well, you know, they're trying to catch him pushing off the back of that sky.
Ya
build,
Tuhan,
but he's
nge-whiff lagi.
patient to take Jing down.
Dia si Fuji. Suaranya bagus.
Needing to exercise
Langsung
that
nge-wipe
sih.
anjing.
going F of it.
Nah, nice. At least sebut ini 1 HP bagus.
So quickly.
Yuk,
Accurate.
senggol aja mati anjir ini.
Although he gets the
Yep.
trade, it's a lot
Senggol
of
dia.
5 HP left. Numbers not exactly
Ada itu
favoring
tau,
T1,
ada game baru.
although it is a
Nggak, tapi
full
kayaknya
frame.
horror deh.
Apart from
Atau
that,
dia apa konten
They're in their heads.
yang jadi kayak kamu bawa kamera gitu kamu kayak ngevlog gitu loh.
Anybody, they can
Oh, aku tahu deh.
Tapi bukan horror.
Yang mirip ini kan, yang mirip si apa?
Orangnya
apa sih
kayak
namanya?
Lego-Lego gitu aja.
With an op too, I mean this is just great.
Aduh.
Defensive shot. Actually whiffs though.
Ya
Carpe
Tuhan,
now
nice
capturing
try
the
dah.
Forsaken.
Something.
Perfect stuff.
Oh.
You've got the Viper's pit up and
Ini gimana
T1
ceritanya?
looking to
Nice try, Ci.
secure the entire site.
Satu
Oh iya kayak Little lampu nih bener. Yang harus ngevlogging hantunya kan?
Emang itu hantu ya?
Iya harus ngevlog hantunya, setannya, monster.
just looking to do what damage
Oh,
he
kayak
can.
ini dong, kayak campuran apa sih
Gonna
namanya?
use the TP.
Jadi wawancara bukan wawancara monster. Jadi kayak disuruh
Yes.
apa sih kayak screen time-nya banyakin supaya viral gitu lah, apa sih? Itu
Oh gitu.
iya jadi harus
Jadi
lama
kayak bener-bener YouTuber.
bikin konten gitu tentang si monsternya gitu.
That's it. Like, great round from T1.
T1 kok kalah jauh.
No. This is
Ya soalnya lawannya
breath of
PRX.
fresh air.
Tapi nggak si T1 jago sebetulnya.
Sold-out crowd
Emang PRX doang lawan PRX doang ya yang
trying to
kurang.
get their team back in the game. The rotations there. This time anticipating the continued aggression from PRX. You know, we've seen them push down a lot of
Warning content nama game-nya.
Oh iya,
Warning
warning
content.
content. Kayak itu, dia berarti campuran kayak Phasmo juga ya? Phasmo kan gitu.
Phasmo, iya, Phasmo Little lah. Grafiknya sih mirip Little Company ya, sangat-sangat lumayan burik.
Oh iya burik.
Aku nggak suka sih Little Company. Atau kenapa?
Little tuh cuma emang iya sih, emang quality-nya ini banget.
Looking to peek out though.
Ya Tuhan, Ci.
Fuck, Ci,
Itu ada lo. Hah? Gue sih malu.
Gak apa-apa, stuck aja. Masih gue idolain masih mencoba. Mati gak sih Sam? Oh
enggak dimajuin. Aku juga kira bakal dimajuin aja. Otak pro player ini beda.
Gak apa Ji,
Oh nice banget Aaron, anjir.
Not quite sure.
Playing good right now. He's smart.
Jing nembaknya kayak gue.
Reading the timings of it.
Yoi, biasa aku juga gitu
Sense
Jing,
that
udah
there were
ngeplan.
players up around B.
Ya Tuhan.
Astagfirullah, ini kenapa GS?
Wah Karpe sih tinggal
Susanti couple, oi.
Nyambun.
But the orbital strike, it's not quite connecting. T1 manages to stick the spike plant, and now Saya player marking all of these corners. T1 going in with the rockets too.
Nah, waduh.
Just to secure the round. Something's gonna try to make something happen. Turn things back around. But it's an operator. He's gonna have to isolate the duels. He's gonna have to do it as carefully as he can. Wow.
Nice.
Udah enggak. Shower. Bang, shower bang.
There's no idea that
Tahu dia,
is
udah
right back
kelamaan
around the
anjir.
corner
Masih
from
dia
showers.
Udah save aja lah bang.
Smart wrap.
Turns back around now, but yeah, no time, not safe enough. Operator
Little Company versi vlogger. Itu game ambil game doang, lo-nya yang bikin horror sendiri. Itu gue dikerjain lupa ada anjir, gue kan nggak tahu ya. Bermain kocak.
It's just the rookie, and you know that's why he's been picked up. He's got these strong fundamentals, good IQ, good ability to pull some rounds, move back into T1's favor.
Gitu.
Just needs a little bit more of that. Even though you don't always see crazy impactful kills.
Yeah, but it's good cover fire there as well. Whole team really working together as a unit. For T1.
Lapar dah.
Saya player still with an op.
Lapar.
Guardian
Kamu.
gonna be the cut fund for PRX. So now T1 is starting to really kind of understand the aggressive nature of PRX on their defender side, able to continue to weather these diligent with the utility is easy, making sure that Hookah's clear. They're gonna send a Cascade up there, make sure that it's a little bit more difficult for somebody to re-aggress into that angle. They're gonna see him, wasn't able to be cleared in time, so they know the op's here. And they're immediately gonna rethink this hit. They're gonna have to use the high tide to cut it off if they're gonna push B.
Interestingly, though, also the Trailblazer committed outside of Hookah just to check if they are, you know, looking to re-aggress outside of Hookah, or maybe try to catch them off of rotations. Regardless, it is still the call that it's very likely for T1 to push back into A. PRX prepared for this hit now. High tide sent over onto B just for added security. Players has been spotted. Cascade sent out. T1 looking to initiate off of some of these flashes. PRX trying to reposition themselves back over onto triple, but unfortunately it's a little bit open. Rossi and X able to punch them down. Something swaps over onto the shorty, able to connect, hops on over, tries to spot out ahead, but not quite able to find all too much just yet. Pate shells right under his nose. Divine watching his corner. He pushes past the snake bite, trying to find a shot with his operator.
Aduh, hampir anjir. Nice strike, what the fuck. Udah, save masih.
Just shuts him down. Raining from
Kayaknya
above.
Alex bakal time up nih harusnya.
Nice try anjir. Makan sehari berapa kali? 2 kali. Tapi nyemilnya sering sih gue. Gak pernah liat gameplay konten warning. Udah, sering. Gak sering, baru sekali.
In terms of them kind of being on the right side of the map, anticipating this hit. Some of these plays just a little bit better.
What the fuck, saya player.
Something getting a little bit over ambitious. Should have just stuck with the op, but thought about the shorty, then it felt a little bit too far for that. He saw a gun on the ground, thought he could switch to it in time.
Time up lah, gila.
Had to
Mukanya
overcome
tuh,
that
Ci.
situation just a little bit.
Mukanya ada, gue sih takut ya. Geter gue kayak gitu.
Going, where they can just
Ngapain lu main operator gak ada orang yang nyamperin side lu, Cok? Operator lu miss semua. Jinggg lu juga nembak miss semua.
Iya anjir, nge-whiff. Malam ya kali.
Si Jinggg siapa nggak jadi wamil ya?
Terakhir ini gue lagi jarang sih makan banyak. Lagi makan nggak terlalu banyak. Jinggg kenapa nggak wamil? Sakit kan dia? Gimana sih bukannya apa sih nggak lulus tes? Nggak lulus tes wamil atau apa gitu?
Oh, wamil tuh harus tes dulu.
Tes ini kan kesehatan. Nggak tahu sih itu yang aku baca valid atau enggak. Tapi sih kalau nggak salah kayak gitu. Ada yang kurang tes kesehatan, iya. Betul berarti.
Now that they've done that for the past several rounds now, off of the timeout,
lucu.
this decision to swap sides over onto T1 might be able to surprise Forsaken here.
Yeah, certainly. This is going to look like that pistol round where Forsaken is all on his own against the full force of T1. That worked out pretty well for PRX though, because they're going to push really deep. No contact going to be found here by Fountain.
Quick rotations.
They're going to cut through the teleporter.
They're waiting. No.
They're waiting for contact from Forsaken, and they're going to
Nggak sampai rambu juga sih, Ci. Lama tuh anjir.
That made you and me so nervous. They went through that
Kirain dalam langkah libur lebaran gitu.
Anjir, semingguan tuh nginep. Es tebu suka banget. Pas SD gue sering beli anjir. Masih murah.
Beli tahu tebu yang apa tuh yang di mall, gue lupa namanya.
Simply.
Iya.
Iya itu enak sih. Oh yang benar kocak mainnya. Wah anjir masih dapet lagi korpe. Wah,
kelihatan gak sih?
Nice. Oh shit man, 1v2. Satu V2 anjir. Lama nih something. Nice. Gol. Jinggg lagi terakhir. Oh nice banget. Bisa marahin coach Alex. Langsung menyala anjir. Gue suka nonton MPL kali. Gue suka-suka aja sebetulnya kalau nonton tapi kadang tuh gue gak ngerti siapa yang ulti, siapa yang skillnya apa, tiba-tiba apa, gue gak ngerti. Kalau Mole, aku tuh gak ngerti sih kalau iya, bingung skillnya siapa ini. Tiba
maksudnya kamu gak tahu skill hero-nya siapa? Itu harus kamu hampir mainin semua sih.
Kayaknya kayak masih miu-miu gitu kan, kalau Mole tiba-tiba mati aja udah kelar. Tiba-tiba di split push aja kayak menang tiba-tiba. Monyet main nggak? Enggak, Monyet nggak main. Jinggg nggak main. Waduh. Wah gila sih, ini gila sih, kata gue sih gila anjir. Wah gila Ci, gila Ci.
Gila, flashnya Cok.
Oh tapi 1 HP semua anjir. Ya Tuhan Yesus.
Oh Jinggg hampir tuh.
Fitri anjir bisa lah, satunya 1 HP anjir. Ya Tuhan.
Si saya player mainnya lebar banget ya, keyboard sama mouse-nya.
Nggak tahu sih Ci, tadi yang pasti
Lihat deh bentar.
bongkok gitu. Nice anjir. Nice, mampus kau.
Sabar Jason.
Bisa lawan Vito.
So now using the cove just to mark that spike, high tide to block off even more space.
Tuh, kamu lihat deh.
Gotta watch out for that op.
Keyboardnya dia.
Nice banget anjir lagi.
Aduh Jason.
Nice banget anjir Jason gila. Ada.
Oh dia tahu nggak ada di side.
Tipi
dong.
Anjir One Fitri anjir sih. Gila.
Jago Cok.
Jago banget ya. Gila sih, jago banget sih jujur. Gila, GG ya, Susanto Blood.
up close and
Siapa yang
personal.
dapat 2 anjir.
T1 on that push out. What a timing there, right? As that spike was. I know.
Si Jason sih sabar banget loh.
Iya anjir sih. Sumpah.
He just knows right when he can punish you. Right as Rossi was looking away is when he swung.
Nice ya Rin. Sakit sih. Sakit.
So difficult to deal with.
Is he really sick? Like what?
I don't believe it. It's all ruse.
All right. T1 now trying a different game plan just to take down 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮. They went B long several times in the past now. There's a little bit of a switch up around to A.
Oh shit man.
𝘭𝘭𝘮 definitely
Masa
surprising
dari 5
something.
tuh nggak ada yang kena.
The op shot whiffs. Trying
Oh
to
nice banget
reposition. Goes
anjir.
in for the 𝘧𝘰𝘬𝘮𝘮 and also
Oh
the
nice banget
dismiss
anjir
to fight
Rafa.
back him up. Double spray. 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 with a stinger just to trade.
Oh shit.
Sia player finding one of his own now
Stinger
too, but
problem kah?
something has gotten away with his life.
Nice banget bro.
Jinggg now with the outlaw. It's a bit of that half buy strat from T1.
Enggak dong.
Tries his darndest
Dia
to
nggak
make
tahu,
it
dia nggak
work.
tahu.
Oh my god. Around
Aduh Ci, sumpah Ci, capek gue begini Ci nontonnya. Anjir lah. Gak jelas anjir ini PRX.
Carpe
Sampai kayak
absolutely
gitu,
incredible
anjir.
play there with the stinger. And then gets the thrash to get the detain.
Dikit lagi
And
tuh.
almost doesn't react
Kayak
in
gitu,
time to where
coy.
the player actually was.
What the fuck? Jinggg belum balik kayak dulu lah. Belum mau udah setengah tahun anjir dia nggak main.
It's just so
Bareng tim.
intense, it's so fast and furious. You know, you're just kind of
Kacau.
Hop, hop, hop. No, he's not in this
Kacau.
corner.
oh my god.
Sumpah.
Oh, dia udah game
And
sense
that
ya.
was
Dia dengar
sort of
sama
an
di
eco
loncat.
round play from T1.
Yes.
Kalau Rama.
But it's again because
Sama tuh
something just didn't
defense.
quite get that
Jantung
opening. What the
minta.
heck happened here?
A
Real anjir.
showstopper kill from Jinggg, a double, but T1 continues to press forward. They've managed to capitalize and trade off against 3 more
Kan
players
udah
from
lanjut.
PRX.
What the fuck, what the fuck?
Down in the last round of the first half. It comes down, it falls onto 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦 and something's shoulders to save it. PRX so far having a great lead, but T1
Alex sudah lempar meja.
pushing pressure on towards PRX. Great angle, but
Nice banget.
wow. Awareness from something to check. Sharper mechanics just to stop it fire accurately. He's gotten the Empress as he's going forward even further. Taps onto the spike, anticipates the showers play. T1 not there, not near showers to be found. Actually,
Waduh, waduh. Udah lagi.
Angle-nya.
making use of the spike's timing.
Apa yang aku lihat
𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦 and 𝘂𝘂𝘮 equalize the score. We end the first half 6-6.
Tetap begini anjir, anjir.
Ya kapan kartu
Mapnya
14
PRX anjir. Iya lagi gacor nih. Tadi kan dapat 3 gratis. Stinger.
Oh, kayaknya aku tahu deh kenapa ini
Pacific
statsnya jadi kayak gini aja. Kalau yang kick off kan dibilangin kayak gelap banget kan?
Kemarin.
Dibandingin sama iya yang kemarin dibandingin sama MES sama NA itu terang.
Terang. Oh.
Kayak mereka bakal ngikutin si apalagi yang punya NA kan. Kecil statsnya tapi terang gitu, bagus.
Bagus sih tapi kali ini bagus Paul.
2 rounds ago, this previous round, I don't know.
Maka Samuel.
We got 2 and then a bunch of people died on PRX before we even saw what happened. So.
Got knocked in for a bit of a loop, but definitely.
Then the Death will survive. What the fuck?
Will survive.
I'm not sure that's helping. They're already winning the bundle battle in Pacific.
Not saving the desks though.
Yeah, I'm not sure the desk is receiving the benefits.
All right, 6-6. T1 now swapped over onto the defense side. We've seen these great ideas as to how they can retake space, how they can hold spikes post-plant. PRX needing to recover. I mean, you talked about the op shots, you talked about some of the timings, and PRX has are needing to win more pistol rounds.
Yeah, and I think in general, just it's at times a little bit off kilter still. There still isn't quite that same cohesion with Jinggg and some of the other players that you're used to just yet. I mean, that being said, you're still seeing some pretty good stuff. T1 is really doing their damnedest to stay in this, and I'm really impressed with the way T1's been playing.
Look at the set plan with the high tide, covering all exits of the smoke.
Nice banget anjir.
Falls.
Waduh. Nice banget anjir, what the fuck. Low banget sih jadinya. Aja gak sih?
And they want to press forward into the B
Kayak
side.
lagi main ngereng. Aja gak sih?
Oh iya,
Kayak
maksudnya
lagi ngomong sama temen.
udah tahu ya di sana ya maksudnya. Tuh kan, males lah, udahlah Ci.
Jinggg recovering off of it.
Menang Ci?
Menang, belum. Aman.
Menang.
Dapat trade tadi ya.
Anjir. Maksudnya kan anjir udah dari situ gitu, udah tahu. Udah tak aja gak sih? Anjir. Gue jadi mereka sih
Dibantah sama Jinggg tuh.
Udahlah, tak aja guys. Jinggg nih mas Aluma sabar atuh. Lah, biasa mah orang kalau udah ada dari situ, kabut anjing. Untung Jinggg jago, mantep dah Jinggg.
Bisa jadi compa player, Rick.
Oh iya bener ya.
Kalau compa player mah rotet coy,
Rotet anjir. Rotet udah langsung cabut. Streamer pesimis, sorry ngejinx lu. Ya maaf, sorry guys. Yang ngejinx lagi, janji nggak ngejinx. Kalau pasti kalah Lik. Ya iyalah, ini makanya otak kompe aja ini.
What's that high tide again? I mean,
Atau, kabut nggak sih? Jangan maruk, jangan maruk. Cakep. Ya Tuhan Yesus. Nice banget anjir Jason. Yuk, 4 lagi, 5.
Genuinely curious.
Karpe toprek anjir, ada apa ini? Kiamat.
Now please find out. Well, I can tell you how many had on the first map. So
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮.
he had, well, it was actually not as many as you would think. It was 3. 1, 2.
Yang nyerang dia untuk PRX. Oh, udah double gaming anjir. PRX.
He's had like 2 or 3 on this map too. Like a 3K, another 4K right there. Absolutely bonkers.
Having a good day. I mean, PRX filled with confidence as they peek out into a lot of these.
Aduh, ya Tuhan, something.
Up against the full buy round, something still goes in for such a courageous peek. Unfortunately shut down by 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮 though, and T1 looking to control things a lot better this time. On both extremities of the map, they've got guarded, they've got showers. Now sensing that the hit is towards B.
Aduh, no.
Great readjustment on the crosshair.
Nice banget anjir Jinggg.
Jinggg though, still with a movement and a Spectre.
Kok ya orang bisa ya main Spectre Jet sejauh gitu masih udah
Gila ya.
aneh aja.
Kemana-mana tuh pelor. Makan tuh black tea, Hans, thank you. Hari ini banyak yang ke-scam anjay. Mahal, ayo bikin mahal. Aduh, Davai sumpah. Timingnya iya anjir, geli banget. Geli. Halo Tabib. Aduh.
Stop it. Nungguin karpet sob.
Ya, anjir bisa gitu anjir. Saya.
Dia udah nge-pick.
Kanan kirinya
balik lagi. Anjir.
Bangke Valorant pick emang.
Great start in the second half. Yeah, and this it's getting 𝘬𝘬𝘮𝘮 really close to his showstopper. Hey, really good stuff from T1 in this round. I mean, 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 with the opener, 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦.
Oh, nggak tahu deh.
What a readjust back on a Mind Freak. 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 finds the good timing.
Apa yang sini?
Good fucking retake.
Good fucking retake. Sunset anjay. Menang lah Sunset nggak sih? PRX
bisa sih, menang sih waktu itu. Yang si Davai main Sage.
Bisa. Yang main fake nge-clutch. 1v4 ya. Anjir. Maju terus, T1 maju terus.
See if Forsaken can read it. They're gonna go all the way to spawn.
Oh, dia tahu Jasonnya main solo.
Aduh.
Jason itu, sumpah ini T1 jago banget coba baitingnya coba najis anjir.
Duh. Something.
Nah, udah kena timing.
Wah, what the fuck? What the masih dapat lagi. Bisa-bisanya anjing.
into her
Aduh,
showers, using the
gelibat
blast
gue
back
liatnya,
to
ya Tuhan
satchel
Yesus.
away, but
Aduh,
Dexter comes back through.
Cute.
PRX needing to try to get
Okay.
control over a site real quick. They've got the spike. They're sending it over onto B.
Gue nontonnya sih.
But
Sakit.
T1 while pulling off the same
Yang map
maneuvers
3
from
udah
the previous
pesimis ya?
round.
Enggak.
Instead of Carpe, it's gonna be easier though.
Inilah
I
kenapa
think we just spotted him.
He saw him
alasannya
for sure. Did they see
PRX
him? Is
kena
the
bokong
question.
karena nggak bawa sentinel ya guys ya.
They didn't see him.
Tuh kan, aku udah bilang.
No idea.
Makanya bandel
timing
mereka.
mereka tuh
Nggak pernah bawa sentinel anjir.
timing please.
Mind Freak unfortunately suffering
Bro,
that
bro,
Udah
first
bro.
tahu
touchdown.
anjir.
What a read.
Kok ketahuan dia udah push sampai sono.
Smart as ever.
Ya, elah Tuhan. Berat banget, berat. Tetap begini
Berat
anjir.
sih, ini
Equalizing
berat
the
sih.
score again. We have a game at our hands.
Absolutely.
Time out
These
nggak sih,
retakes have been
Alex?
really, really good for T1. Able to play patiently enough. Not
Time to
falling
banting meja.
for any of the traps, any of the trickery, using a little bit of their own. Saya staying hidden long enough. And that sends things into disarray for
Saya
PRX.
player
Mind Freak there trying to take a high angle.
kontras PC
See if he can
kurang
find
apa?
one, and then Devi can play
Iya,
off
iya.
of it, but Devi's
Atau
never able
PC
to find that
observer itu?
comfort to push through the high
Enggak,
tide.
enggak.
like
Dia
he
emang
wanted.
dari yang tadi sebelumnya di... Ini masih belum ini. Lotus juga dia kayak gitu.
Side, and now
Anjir,
Warnanya
sakit
beda
mata
banget.
anjir.
Kayak Fruity, Ci. Fruity juga kayak gitu anjir.
having
Oh,
the
iya.
mindfulness
Banyak kok yang kayak
to
gitu.
play around this map.
Dipakein kayak filter gitu anjir.
PRX
Iya
wanting
begitu
to
warnanya.
Banget Sok.
deal with that B lobby push. Now just taking
2-0 nih, amin 2-0.
check that corner. Saya player with the
Waduh,
showstopper at the
waduh.
right time.
Sama tiga, Cok.
Waduh.
Down to it. Still T1 winning
Ya
out
Tuhan,
the exchange.
ente dah.
PRX, the
Flash
blind
mereka
execute
susah
does
sih, flash
not
masuknya
pay
cuma
off.
si Davai
Tried to
doang.
take a page out of T1's book. Saw that
Something
when
punya
there was
flash
a weaker
kan
buy for T1 where they
deket ya,
kind of exploded onto
nggak
the B
bisa
site,
jauh.
using that reckoning to try to clear the space, and T1 just says,
Time out
nah,
nggak select,
we're gonna hold.
the way time out
Good
select.
luck. We got better guns. And right now, they've got better gunplay as well. What a push out. What a timing through that TP to find
Udah kayak
that
main The Sims, Cok.
showstopper.
I mean, just playing into
Terang-terang tuh.
T1's hands because
Layar.
T1 has, you know, in the past few rounds now controlled this B lobby, and then knowing that
Map 3
PRX now
kayaknya.
maybe on a bit of an eco, this is probably what they'll do. Side player was prepared to full send it right past that teleporter.
Absolutely. And that's so
Capek,
smart.
capek.
And right now, T1's kind of starting to read the map really nicely, finding their own little trap plays and set plays that are coming through. I'm loving what I'm seeing from them. No give up. Heartbreaking loss onto Lotus, but that hasn't
Taiga.
stopped T1 from giving it
Taiga,
their all here
aha.
on Bind. There's no mental let go. Doing a great job keeping them in the game, or the coaches. I've really noticed 𝘧𝘰𝘯𝘵 being really vocal over there.
Jangan kalah, aku juga gak mau kalah, Jay.
It's
Yang menangin aja udah kosong.
definitely starting to look really good for T1 on the defender side on Bind. After losing the pistol 3 in a row, close to some big ultimates, the Viper's Pit and the Thrash.
Find the weak point.
Do have
and
device
focus.
Seekers. This might be some kind of fast hit.
Gotta be prepared for it. Don't know if the fast hit's gonna be good enough though. Nice little snake
Susah
bite
anjir.
lineup from Rossi. Deters PRX
Anjir.
from further aggressing into hookah. The rest of them have already rotated onto A in case PRX made the transition over.
B gak sih? Mau di A anjir
High
berempat.
tide from Forsaken.
He's given them the ability to take sort of the launching points to get onto the site. But nobody from
Gak
T1
ada bro.
is going to do much, but there might be a quick TP play off of this, potentially. I'm curious.
Nice
Yep,
banget
there you go.
anjir. What the
Forsaken
fuck
turns back
TP-nya
around.
anjing.
Seekers went out. Jinggg has stayed back.
Wah, astaga.
So a bit of an early trade now. Forsaken might have fallen, but that's still okay. Look at how Jingg's perched up on top of this box. Spikes down, thrashes through, and Jingg's still pretty much okay. Even has time and space to go further in through halls. Might be able to wrap
banget,
back around against side player and Rossi.
Anjir.
The rest of the
Oh,
PRX
nice
squad
banget,
still
Cing.
very much alive though.
Vito
Jinggg up
anjir.
around elbow, peeks back out again, wants to
Oh
take down the
shit.
wingman.
Aduh,
Oh my
sumpah.
goodness, little homie has got
Sumpah
the
Ci,
spike defused.
anjir. Wingman-nya
Great awareness
dajal,
there from
sumpah.
T1. It looked like maybe PRX is going to be able to hold on, but knowing that they needed to play, protect the VIP there. In this case, it is the
Nggak
wingman.
bisa yuk,
Who's our
half dah.
VIP, and they're able to get it done. Jing seeing if he can help. 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 doing what he could, but
Wingman aja.
Flash caught him. He just held it down. 𝘬𝘰 so good with the op right now. 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 really on point with his reads, where people are going to be. And now it's starting to feel like maybe.
Simran temennya belum makan. Real anjir.
Really does
Ketiga
feel
gua
like
nggak nonton ya.
T1 very much so in the driver's seat for this map right now, at least in the second half. The way that they're just swapping sides back and forth, making use of the teleporters in their retake process. Catching PRX on the timings of things.
Close anjir, males banget. Nice banget coy, what the fuck. Oh my god, almost bro.
At the same time, 𝘰𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘦 guiding light as well.
Just utility for utility and 2 for 2. I thought maybe �ョ𝘂 was going to knock down a few more there. He went for it.
Just Valoranted upside of V-Long. Straight into B site. Got the high tide now for a bit more cover just to cut the side in half. PRX setting up for a bit of quick peek.
More lurks. Look at 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮.
A little bit afraid of 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 as well. Got to deal with the site first though. Side player is still very much tucked away and hidden. Suddenly coming back in for the trade.
Nice banget anjir.
Online for the quad. Has to pick up the spike, but he has no idea.
Nice try.
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 right here.
Aduh. Sama 3 sih kata gua. Anjir lah. Wah, nonton baru juga datang gua. Enggak, gua mau makan.
It's part of
Not map
what they
3.
needed to start doing on Lotus a little bit. But you're absolutely right. The teleporters are a big part of this, but these lurks, these unexpected positions that they're finding, kind of keeping PRX at bay.
Wah, ini Karwe dapat 2 anjir.
That's great. They'll get the even trades, but able to hide in positions like 𝘬𝘰 player right there. 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮𝘮's done it a bunch of times where he's kind of slipped around.
Anjir, stop gak?
Been doing a great job with it.
Pegang gini.
Really
Ketat jir.
keeping
Ini
PRX
udah
off
susah sih.
balance, keeping them from
Ada duit anjir.
swarming away
Gimana?
with this match.
It's one of those times where 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮's high tide works
Nice
against him,
anjir.
but now just full send into the A side. Jinggg, classic with
Anjir.
the judge. He goes
Anjir
in,
nggak jadi.
nails down extra,
Halfnya malah
picks up
cakep
the
anjir.
rifle, but �リ𝘂 answers right back in kind, just as quick. 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 sent up, 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 trying to find him, but not found just yet. Spike is not planted because it's not safe
Iya, makanya.
enough.
Alfnya malah begindang. Nggak ada yang jagain si something anjir. Si 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 maksudnya. Nggak mungkin dong 3v1.
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 the last one left, trying to wrap back around from Lamb.
Hey.
Nice banget anjir.
Oke.
Hampir ya pick 1-1 ya.
I was thinking more
Iya.
about my
Anjir, kebiasaan anjir mereka
Jalan
ngepicknya.
jauh banget kayak short kan kayak.
as we near the end of this match.
Hey.
There's a
Hey.
Jing entry.
Dipukul lu Ilya.
Love to see the way he can just dive in, use that reckoning, make it a little easier to identify his target, knock it down.
Nice banget
The
anjir.
judge.
Mantap anjay.
And then 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮, yeah, he doesn't get the they're great, man. They can get their full coordination going on these
Map 3
executes.
fix. Udahlah anjir.
Fearsome.
Main nobar di 𝘰𝘯𝘮𝘮. Ayo 𝘰𝘯𝘮𝘮.
They know that, yeah,
Live.
you know,
Enggak, aku
T1
nggak
trying
live.
to play around
Nggak
with
live.
teleporters, so
Main nobar di son.
PRX just comes right back in around to catch
Main
up
sih.
with a
Iya,
quick
abis ini
and
Arinda.
fast and heavy hit.
Setelah map 2.
T1 adjusting right back though.
Nggak bisa buat jaga flank. Iya, emang nggak pernah bawa flank si 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮.
Look towards 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 as well as 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮. 𝘬𝘰 player with the op as well.
Oh my God.
PRX playing their own teleport.
Aduh, oh nice banget dicek anjir Ci.
Not quite able to land the shot.
Game sense emang. Wah, nice banget lagi.
Lagi.
Giron.
Catches onto the first player.
Wah, nice try
Wingman
anjir.
throws out his cross.
Ini 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 meresahkan sumpah.
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮 as he tries to even out the numbers.
Ada ya leader.
Spike, however,
Bener.
will still be
Jadi
planted
kapten
for
anjing.
PRX.
𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮, Gecko.
Tuh lihat nggak sih saya player keyboardnya nggak kurang jauh cok.
He's so
Nggak lihat sih, aku nggak fokus.
Kamu
even though they're gonna
Aku fokus ke gamenya. Oh iya lihat.
Tuh.
Iya lihat.
Nggak ada.
need to save these guns.
Iya bener.
The way
Setuju.
he's so tricky with his
Dan
utilities,
menjajah ketinggian
Wingman's
sih.
got a defuse, so many impactful
Kayaknya
dizzies.
dia masuk kanompo gitu deh
Great
badannya.
thrash
Oh.
Kayaknya.
Oke.
You know, they were one of
Berat
the first
soalnya
teams.
punggung ya.
People don't remember this, but T1 was one of the first teams to
Bener.
start putting Gecko on this map. Anywhere really. And it was 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘮
Baru
who
duit,
kind of
Cok,
pioneered this
T1.
style.
Gue T1 butuh juara baru di pasif janganlah.
So well
Aduh,
for T1.
Jason hari-hari.
He's going to drop the gun, but he's got enough money that he can go on a lookabout. Probably don't want to drop any more, though.
Nice
side
guys.
of PRX.
Ya, cepetan yuk.
As the attacking side, you got a little bit more control of the orbs. And
Streamernya
you're
lapar.
one alt orb away from
Saya bawa
big
meja
one,
custom.
Showstopper and the Seeker.
Enggak gila.
A timeout.
Tapi meja dia,
I think
dia yang main di atas meja itu bukan sih?
I think this could be interesting. I mean,
Siapa?
you're giving
Yang
Alex a chance
ada
here.
Oh iya,
yang
dia bawa meja lagi.
Oh, dia beneran bawa meja.
His team's mind and
Anjir lucu banget sumpah.
timeouts. I mean, I like what
Meja
T1 is
kecil
doing
itu kan?
because it's so close and they
Iya,
want to
iya.
try to
Oh, itu saya ya?
reassess. I'm curious what
Lucu
Autumn
anjir.
noticed.
Terbiasa deh kayaknya.
Halo virus.
Bawa main rendang
Maybe they
gitu.
need to kind of play a
Lucu
little bit
banget,
further
anjir.
back, play like they were during that time
Meja
when they ran a
tambahan.
bunch of rounds together. Don't get too scrappy.
Sama kali gue liat orang setup
But
bola di
unless you
meja
get
coy.
them right at the point of attack, like that's okay. But if they're going to
Nggak
arrive,
sempit ya?
let them.
Makanya iya anjir.
Takes.
Oh tapi enggak, mouse-nya di bawah nggak sih
Use the teleporters.
Kayaknya mouse-nya di atas, keyboard-nya yang di bawah deh, feelingku.
Gitu ya?
Ih,
Enak kah tangannya?
Tangan kanannya di atas.
Karpe turu karpe.
Enak, kan yang gerak cuma mouse-nya doang.
I think Alex needs to
Lo
make
enggak,
sure
tapi kan
they're getting at least
nge-slam gitu tangan lo.
from the orbs early.
Iya, iya, maksud aku mejanya itu khusus buat mouse
And
dia.
that's why I'm
Tuh,
saying
kamu
that
lihat
I
tuh.
think as
Sebenarnya
Autumn
kelihatan.
recognizing that
Mana sih?
situation and then also
Kiri ya?
calling for the
Itu nggak kelihatan anjir.
Itu.
Kelihatan coy.
Alik.
Mana sih?
Execute
Taruh.
silent player as well. There's going to be a big contest for some of these spots on the map. And I'm taking a look at, right outside B Long, B Garden, as well as Showers, the pings across the map.
Ini
Rossi
kayaknya
is
T1 nih
prepared
kok.
to
Ini
market.
Kryptonite PRX
Economy
nih, bukan
not the
PRX.
greatest for T1 though, so
Kryptonite.
PRX stands a chance.
Masa
Turning
tim lawan
this
T1
on its head.
angkanya skornya
There it is.
terus-terus aja.
Showstopper picked up.
Ini mapek PRX, iya mapek PRX, tapi lagi kalah nih.
Carpe with the thrash just to hold them as long as the timer allows.
Kedengeran sih. Mendem.
Siapa yang ambil ulti?
Right.
Oh,
Dives right back into himself.
halo Theo.
Divide trying to keep them at bay. High tide as well, just for added cover.
Namanya PRX bisa.
Side cut in half now.
Wih, cakep. Nggak tahu dah. Kasih tahu.
Prepared for it. They
Berarti
knew that they were
bisa.
going to try to play around that gecko. They knew that they were going to try to play around
Second layer,
lamps in
second
some of
layer.
these spots on the map.
Alex yang Alvin gue pukul lu. Alex kayaknya Cimomo anjir.
Not any arms and legs, gonna have to save.
And it's just that little pump of the brakes from PRX. I think the anticipation there with the util starting to
Udah
come
yuk,
out.
2-0 aja yuk, PRX
You
yuk.
can use that
Cekok
thrash
apaan,
while
anjir?
Jing is
Cekok
trying to
apaan
find a
sih?
spot to get in with that
Apaan
showstopper
cekok?
potentially to catch him
Cekok.
and slow that down.
Apa jir?
Or just get anybody on the entry. It doesn't really
Oke,
matter who
congklak
it
aja.
is. Now that
Ya Tuhan Yesus.
interesting.
Hari-hari sampai.
Save guys.
Alex kayaknya congkak. Oh, Alex kayaknya congkak. Alex kayaknya cupu gue pukul lu ya.
PRX, I mean, they don't care too much about that.
Jadi aku
Anjir,
tahu Alex
gila
kalau
lu.
aku pernah di carry dia cok.
Anjay, tapi itu dulu Ci. Sekarang aku cupu.
Yeah, and also Izu gets a little closer to his ult.
Sekarang ya udah.
He's two away.
Nice try lah kalau sekarang mah.
He has it. Okay.
Tembak nggak tahu kemana gue.
Overtime is possibly on the
Coba.
cards.
Apa sekarang kompe susah cok.
Well,
Capek gue anjir. Nggak bisa.
Apa? Diamond ya?
it seems to be kind of a
Nggak bisa sih udah pada kayak sering main gitu orang-orang kayak jago-jago gitu sekarang. Bukan Yu juga jarang main ya?
Sekarang udah sering.
Oh iya.
but
Abis jalan-jalan segala macam
overtime.
mana keburu.
Well, they had an overtime the last time they played.
Ada
Mana
tiap-
bisa?
Aku tapi mainnya
That's true,
subuh
that's true,
sama
on split.
Rere sama
Yeah.
Oh,
Why not? Let's do it
anjir.
again.
Boleh gila.
So timeout again, both spent back to back. Autumn
Alex udah siap-siap lempar monitor.
trying to call for
Aman-aman,
it.
ini
Once
bisa,
more,
bisa.
like you mentioned, paper thin. Alex gets to
Juara
discuss
satu
something.
muji
I'm not sure
karir.
what more is needed,
Alex kayaknya Yakult kurang
but they're
ajar.
definitely aware of Jingg's
Iwan Alex atau IDG
potential
Alex?
to use the
IDG
rockets.
Alex lah.
Oscar
Gila
has
lu.
his reckoning available
Kayak
as
nanya
well.
lagi. Maksudnya RRQ
Does
Alex.
T1 want to
Ah.
take the lead of
Masa IDG RRQ lah nomor 1.
just kind of get ahead of everything that
Kelas.
PRX is about to
Menjebak
throw at
nih,
them,
menjebak,
or
anjir.
are they gonna delay
Ala
back,
Zelda
step back, let
malam.
PRX in, and
Alex
then
hanya
go for a
Asia
more
nggak se-freak deh anjir.
Yeah, you kind of have two options in a way. And it's exactly as you
feel like
said.
the better call
Alex
might
ya.
actually hang,
Just try to-
be to hang back. Or,
Hang back. I could see either. I think because it's a rifle buy,
Mau resign, jangan kontrakku masih sampai
I'm with you.
September.
I'd like to see a hang back.
because it's
Just
Jingg's
jebak.
showstopper,
Iya,
I feel
anjir.
like that's
Exactly.
That's the catalyst right now.
Right, all it takes is Jinggg finding one off the back of these Seekers. And look at them, they're scattering. They are just going to the wind.
Jinggg going to set up for it.
But he's hanging on to it.
We've got Showers control too.
Here goes.
Nice banget kena. Nice banget, Jinggg. Nice banget guys. Nice banget, Safai.
Saya player still into the fray
Saya
though.
player pakai mampus lu.
Ditungguin nggak lu sama Jason?
Nice. 3v1 nggak mungkin lah anjir. What can you do anjir, Kevin? Udah ada save, nggak ada duit. Udah nggak sih?
Match point nggak ada duit.
GG guys.
Ayo Jason, kok kamu Jason?
Aduh, ini dia. Engkonya Ci, makanya mengerikan anjir.
Kryptonite. Udah nggak sih, weh? Cukup cok.
Masih ada apa?
Oke, ada line up.
Ada.
Tawan.
GG guys.
Cover dong.
GG. Satu lagi. Jangan sampai stingernya si Karpe menyala nih.
Tadi jago pakai stinger ya?
Tadi kan dapet 3 sih.
Oh main close ini kan? Close combat kan?
Iya, close combat. Tapi ini half-nya bagus kok. Si siapa?
Iya, half
T1. Oh iya.
Yang tadi kamu bilang, yang udah half aja.
Oh iya. Itu sekali doang sih tapi dibandingin T1.
Daripada Genji lu menang thrifty tai apa sih?
Oh iya si Genji sih. Wah,
menang
sakau
pistol
anjir.
terus males banget tau.
Males. Satu lagi. Lagi. Yuk, nyicil. Apa nih? Bukan kocak sih. Tapi udah.
Dia main Alex tuh. What the fuck are you doing, Jason?
Mojok anjir.
Kenapa sih bisa 13-11 harus OT? Hah? Kenapa gitu?
Bener, setuju. So, capsemin. Makan gua. Alek bocil Jinggg. Gua bocil Digi, coy. Kan. Aduh, udahlah, Ci. 1v4 lagi ya.
Bisa yuk main freak yuk.
Hari-hari nggak clutch kata main freak.
Bisa ini susah. Bisa nembak semua.
Can you take them down? 𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘦. Guiding light, he slipped past the smoke.
Wah,
looks towards the first player, but 𝘰𝘰𝘮𝘮 just a little bit sharper.
Overtime masuk.
Aduh, capek sumpah. Banget ngomong. Nontonnya capek anjir.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable what 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮 gets away with. I mean, Forsaken trying to do everything he can, but again, because his brother able to slip past the initial aggression, he's able to buy enough time, use his own utility to keep PRX from pushing forward. And now an so important round. It was even, I think, on both halves. It was 6-6, both sides. So nobody's really got an advantage one way or another. Like getting the early, let's say, attacker side win or whatever, actually doesn't seem to make too much of a difference in this. And the fans are letting each of their favorite teams know.
15-13 PRX lah ya. Aduh, jangan 15 tau, udah capek gua, udah kelarin aja 14 anjir.
Hah, kok 15?
15-12 makanya. Oh, 14 aja. BO3 ya, BO3.
Enak nih mau makan guys.
Betul, setuju. 2018 gua pukul lu. 2018 gila lu. Nice banget Aron anjir. Udah turu ya kalian. Pulang.
Dia nembak jongkok ya tadi.
Iya. Ambil jongkok.
Kok aku nembak jongkok kapan bisa gitu ya?
Mereka ambil lari aja bisa kena, Ci. Kita nggak usah coba-coba lah udah. Balik double L-nya laki-laki kurang hajar. Perempuan guys. Nice banget, Aron. Udahlah saya, udahlah. 3v1. 3v2 anjay. Hari-hari something offline.
capture a little bit more
Patah,
space
Jing,
now.
Mampus,
patah, Jing.
mampus,
Set up for something
mampus.
with his
Timing,
utility,
anjing.
but Jing catches him off the timing.
Nice banget Jing anjir.
Nice tuh.
Double satchel up on top
Udah
of
yuk.
Drug. Hello!
Bentar, mau makan anjir.
That's the most Jing
Woi,
thing
PRX.
ever. He's at
Jangan
41
ngecok anjir.
HP, and your opponent's like, well, there's no way he's gonna push
Jangan
me
nge-troll
because
gak
he's
sih
low
lebih
health. He's
tepatnya?
gonna wait.
Iya.
No,
I
Setuju.
am gonna push you.
yeah.
Dimarahin Alek lu.
And he's just
Masih sama 13 sebelas.
Gila ya Jing.
so fast too.
Bisa gitu ya?
Nice.
Baru lompat gitu
gitu ya?
The quickness
langsung
with
ini
which-
anjir.
with which he
Ala.
reacts
Nyari
when
gitu
he
di
lands
mana
to
ya?
stuff is
Beda.
brilliant.
Oh, si somethingnya udah
There's
sampai
nobody
A-shot
that really
tadi.
does it as well as
Ya.
him. Never has been.
That's why, like,
Oke,
although
good,
there's
good.
that kill lead in the form of 𝘰𝘯𝘬𝘮𝘮, in the disparity, PRX looking fairly even. You've got
Listen,
Forsaken and Jing both getting so many of their kills. Now back onto the attacking side. Looking for the
Apa jadi?
execute, looking for the set play and the protocols to capture spaces
jadi?
towards A. Side
Jadi
player
plan, anjir.
tries to
Oh, dia mau
sneak
ke
up
B.
Udah nyari, mau dicari dulu ya?
back lines.
He's been so good at this.
Mainnya belakang anjir.
Mind Freak
Dia
though,
plan belakang.
checking on the lurk.
Lucu juga.
They have to
Freak.
clear
It's
Rossi.
pivotal.
Ayo
Apa
lu.
nomor info ya?
Ayo mau ngapain lu?
Oh,
Still
terus
staying
di...
tucked away.
Oh nice banget. Udah deh.
Divine starts things off.
Udah yuk.
Belum.
Oh belum ya. Sorry.
Belum, sabar.
Sorry. Aduh gak sabar nih. Aduh goodbye guys. Aduh di double pick mampus tuh. Jijik.
All at once. PRX.
Tolgat,
It's another
asik kali
overtime.
sama
Anjay. Hit time. Thank you guys. Good night. Besok lanjut ya. Siapa namanya?
Looking
Siapa sih yang besok? Oh, RRQ anjay.
Oke.
RRQ besok. GG. Thank you guys. GG, kalian nonton siapa? Kalian nonton Cemi. Jangan deh. Udah, off aja. Ci nggak stream?
Enggak.
Ya udah.
Ya,
Semangat ya.
bye.
Daci, thank you.
Ya, thank you.
Bye-bye.
It has
Unbelievable.
It has
Thank you guys.
been getting
Good night.
closer. And we
Good night.
saw
Thank you.
the
See you tomorrow.
greatness
Bye-bye.
of